We should be golden. 100% good to fucking go. There we go. Sup, ladies and gentlemen, Ackle on here, and welcome back to each one of you. Of course, if you're watching this over on YouTube, remember to slap that like button, hit that subscribe button, and click the link in the description down below to watch this live, because as we all know, everything is always better when it's live. And I'm not just saying that. That is unverifiably the truth. Or verifiably the truth. I may have just sort of counteracted my own fucking point. which is genuinely possible. That genuinely happens quite often. Alright, let's quickly do an export on this. I forgot to export this video. There we go. Alright, so we've got the notifications being sent out. We can do this one. Alright, Forgotten One, how you doing? Alex, how you doing? I'm the Zero viewer. Well, congratulations, Alex. I wish I could say you win something, but you don't win anything for being the Zero viewer. I'm a kitty, how you doing? So how's everyone doing? Forgotten One, good evening to you as well. I'm assuming you're in Australia, considering you're saying good evening. I woke up like 2.5 hours ago. A zero is never a win though. I mean, depends on what the zero is. You could be 0% ill, which is a good thing, right? Or 0% poor, which is also a good thing, because it means you're definitely not poor. So I think it really does depend. I Forgotten One. Where in Australia are you from? Don't know what my mom has to do with it. John, I mean, your mom really loves the show. And I know that she would be judging you if you weren't watching it. You know, I'm sorry that I'm the guy who has to break this to you, but it's just how it is. She told me to tell you. I'm just doing as I'm told. On my way back to Holland in Germany at the moment. Nice, I'm a kitty. How's Germany been? It's only the eye of the beholder. Truth. Hey, every pony. Blue Fairy, how you doing? Wait, are we ponies now? How did that happen? Babas, how you doing, man? So I'm feeling fine, but what about you? I have no problems. Today is a good day. It's not a good day for, like, WoW news and lore discussions, because all of the lore theories that I have is sort of not ready for a video yet, which fucking sucks. I'm still working on them, so hopefully by this weekend I will have about 4 or 5 different lore videos that will go into edit. Just driving through. Was in Spain. Oh, wait. You have to go through Germany to get back to Holland. And you're driving. Isn't that like a fucking massive drive? Flunderoinkies, how you doing? That seems like a one hell of a drive. Unless, of course, Europe is far smaller than what I thought. In which case, you know, go on your merry way, I suppose. But I feel like driving would be very slow. But yeah, how long is that drive from Spain all the way back to Holland? Good, thank you. You need to go through the Savannah's raid encounter. Have some juicy mechanics that may be leading into one of your theories being about Savannahs. Alex, give me the... Give me that link. Give me the link to the raid abilities, if you have it available to you. Otherwise, I can go look on Wowhead for myself. I'm sure. No, but visit a family in Switzerland, 2,000 kilometers. Jesus, wait a second, I'm a kitty. So you were in Switzerland, then in Spain, now in Germany, and now all the way back to Holland. That's a lot. That's a fucking lot. Your road trip music list must be insanely long. I don't like road trips. I realize I might be in the minority here because there's a lot of people that love road trips. I don't get it. I hate driving. Echo in the morning gives me a new meaning to the coffee sub badge. Bro, it's morning for some, it's evening for others, it's afternoon for me. But I am having my first tea for the day. So I guess that makes sense. Echo, my favorite WoW guy. Kylie K, how you doing? Happy to have you here. Cheers to you, man. Just sort of hanging out. I fucked myself in the ass today. Not literally, but as I was getting dressed, I'm like, okay, need to get a hoodie. Every one of my hoodies is dirty, so I'm wearing yesterday's hoodie. Because they're all in the wash right now, which fucking sucks. Some of them is still wet, so they're drying, and others is literally still in the washing. This is what I get when I don't wash clothes for 2 weeks, because I'm too fucking lazy. Forgot something. Fixed my card. Spain, France, Switzerland, Germany. I forgot something. Fixed my card. I'm kidding. I'm not following this conversation, I don't think. They do have two little hoodies. Further, I don't have a lot of clothes. I'm not really someone that buys a lot of clothes, mainly because I fucking loathe it. I feel like clothes is fundamentally a waste of money. So I have enough to sort of... I have enough that I can wear new things for about 2 weeks, and then it's done, right? Then that's it. And even that feels like too much clothes. It feels like I could do with less. Then we get too many hoodies. You can. Look, here's the thing, right? Every single pound or euro that you waste on clothes is money that you could have put into an investment of some kind. You could have bought cryptocurrencies with it. You could buy stonks with it. So why waste money on things that literally depreciates as soon as you fucking buy it? How you doing, bro? So what's everyone up to? What has today been like for everyone? Or what is on your agenda for today? My agenda obviously is stream, gym, eat, make some videos, chill, and then sleep. But that's the same every day. Are you going to be at the Dark Portal opening? Kylie K, there is a very real chance that I'm not going to be there. And the reason I'm not going to be there is because I do not care about it. Yeah, I think that's correctly phrased. I don't care about the Dark Portal opening. I was there the first time the Dark Portal opened. I saw it. It was fun. It's over. True, I have enough clothes, but because we have 4 seasons, at least 8 hours of work, then raiding, then sleep. Agreed, Echo. That's why I only own 4 pairs of shoes, boots, sandals, flats, and sneakers. 1 of each. That's it. That's all you need, really. I don't know what flats are, though. I'm just going to be up front here. I have no idea what the fuck flats are. Boots is also sort of... What kind of boots? Cowboy boots? In which case, yes. Or is it like miner's boots? In which case, no. Preparing for my 4th interview, even though I landed a job yesterday by a company I want to work for. Yourself? Wait, Leslie Babby, if you landed the job, why are you going for more interviews? Deafmute Sphinx, how you doing, bro? I'm glad to see you streaming again. Deafmute, I was streaming last night. I was streaming last week. I'm a kitty. Holy shit. Thank you so much for the 5 community subs. Really fucking appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you, I'm a kitty. Can we get some love in chat for I'm a kitty? I mean, 5 community subs. There's 5 of you. 5 of you degenerate fucks that now have emotes to the channel. Surely that deserves a little bit of love. For all the content, only 1 I kind of watch. I'm a kitty. I really appreciate that. Flats are like ballerina shoes. Huh? Why do you have ballerina shoes? Oh, for shoes? Because fuck heels? I mean, don't knock heels. Heels are sexy as fuck. They just gonna be... Heels are very sexy. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that I don't like the heel. JC, how you doing, bro? Blitz, how you doing? Yes, but did you try walking on them? Why would I try walking in heels? If I wear heels, it would be weird. But I mean, it's not about comfort. It's about looking good, right? Because ballerina shoes are comfy. Hey, I don't knock the comfortable factor either, right? There's definitely reasons why people need comfort, but there's also reasons why people need to look sexy. I can't work in heels all day, but I'd wear them for special occasions. All right, so you do have heels. Fine, thanks. But wait, Flinderoikis, you can't say that's your point. I can't wear heels. I don't even think they would make my size. I have big feet. I think, depending on where you are, it's a UK 13, right? I don't know what that is in the US. I don't know what that shoe size would be. I walked in heels once, and then I fell. I've never had them on. Simply Nerd Guy, thank you for the follow, dude. Really fucking appreciate that. Welcome to the channel, bro. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we are all just simply nerd people here. Just need to talk with the drags. There's always a solution. I don't want to. I'm just making the new video for tonight live. Usually I can't catch you neither on Twitch nor on YouTube, but I don't skip a single video on YouTube. Dave Mute thinks, thank you so much, dude. I really appreciate that. How's those of you that watch all of the YouTube, how have you been feeling about the new content? Like, do you like it? Do you dislike it? How do you feel? Oh yeah, live as always. I have 4 pairs, don't need more. Mikimoto, what pairs of shoes do you own? Jaxie, how you doing, brother? You need more? What, more content? I literally, if I made more content, Alex would start fucking screaming at me. Alex is literally in a perpetual state of finishing one video, next video starts. Like, that's literally what Alex does. He, as soon as one video is finished, there's new videos up on the drive for him to edit. So, yeah, we sort of, I can't push more. If I pushed more, Alex would probably fucking quit. Even though I want to push more, I have this, I really want to start a new channel. Like, I desperately want to start a new channel. Hold up, I fucking forgot.
Ladies and gentlemen,
That's not what I need. I don't need myself to speak to me. I just need to make sure that this link works and that this comment is pinned to make sure that I get the money from the sponsorship. There we go. My capitalistic duties have been formally finished. Thanks for sticking with it. Work boots, 2 pair of athletic shoes and slides. Alice has taken to screaming at me lately. I'm normally here live when you stream, but I sometimes rewatch on YouTube. Revocar, thank you so much for the Prime sub, dude. Really fucking appreciate that. Welcome to the Fat Fuckers Club. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Tabby, how you doing? I was able to sneak in here and finally catch you live because my work laptop isn't working. Blue Fairy, I'm happy to have you here. All I hear is blah blah. What do you mean all you hear is blah blah? Are you trying to do a Queen song? All we hear is Radio Gaga. Some motherfuckers and welcome. Sup? Although that was my old intro, JC. That was a very old intro. How many of you remember the very first intro of the channel? Sup, fuckers, on here, and welcome back. That was before YouTube said you're not allowed to swear in the first 30 seconds of a video. Most of the time, I don't catch you either. Because I know you sort of spark in and out like a genuine fucking butterfly, like a Flinder. Remember you got really sad about YouTube, didn't want to pay you with swear words? Yeah. When I found out that I immediately lose money as soon as I swear in the first 30 seconds, it was quite horrible for me. Because I love that intro. I thought that intro was perfect. Sup, fuckers, on here, and welcome back. It just set the tone for the rest of the video. Love watching your videos on YouTube. Finally catching the stream. Keep up the great work. Rafikar, thank you very much. Really appreciate you being here. Welcome to the stream. Tonight's stream is a bit of a philosophical discussion that we're going to be having in a bit. Because why not? That's the point of YouTube. And I sort of like the discussion stuff on YouTube, on Twitch, not YouTube. What the fuck am I talking about? These discussion things do not work on YouTube. Echo, what do you think of the new footage for Biomutant? I don't think I've watched that. There's new footage for Biomutant. I don't even know what Biomutant is, to be quite frank with you. I genuinely don't know what it is. Oh, 18 hours ago. Missy, thank you for the 100 bits. Really fucking appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is the same philosophical convo we had on the podcast yesterday. Similar, yes, but not quite the same, because this one is more about the player base at large. And Ben Raging, how you doing, brother? This one is more about the player base at large and the fundamental disconnect that currently exists between players. So you have the people that sort of do not criticize World of Warcraft for much, if ever, sort of hating on the people that is negative about World of Warcraft, and then you have the people that is negative about World of Warcraft sort of hating on the people that they deem the shills for World of Warcraft. But I genuinely think that there is a fundamental disconnect. The people that genuinely do not really go against World of Warcraft ever simply don't understand the issues that the negative crowd has, and vice versa. So that's sort of the discussion that we're going to be having today. Good morning, enjoy your video streams, though I can't stop by too often. Ben Raging, happy to have you here either way. I do must say, I hate the last 10 seconds of your new outro you've been doing lately. It's so cringe. Which one? The one where I go, peace out, fam. That one? Stop. No. No, that one will not go away. That one will stay there. Do you know how many people watch the outro of a YouTube video? The answer is fucking no one. Almost fucking no one. We can actually check it. Let's go analytics. Let's see. How many people have watched the outro of one of the videos? Where the fuck do I see that again? Here we go. All right, so let's see. Wow, this is actually quite high. I did not expect it to be this high. So if you look here, the video starts at 100%, obviously, and then it drops to about 81% within the first 30 seconds, which is usually normal. This is people clicking off the first bit, so usually that's normal. You'll lose a couple of percentage points. And then this is actually a very steady video. Holy shit. I did not expect this video to be that steady. See this one? You see this one drops off a fucking cliff right here. Down to the 30% mark. 29%. So it really does, like, very few people watch all the way to the end. Considering how long our videos are, Alex, 30% is insane. Like, you guys fucking rock, all of you watching this and watching the videos. You guys rock. Because 30% on... So, basically, if you do a very short video, so if I do videos like 9 minutes long, maybe 10 minutes long, you expect to have very high outros, because it's short videos, everyone can fucking watch it. Once you go over, like, the 15-minute mark, this is where people sort of tap out, right? Most people, after 7-8 minutes, go, okay, I've heard what I needed to hear, I'm gonna go watch something else now. So having 30% at the end of a fucking 20-minute video, that's insane. That is really cool. So thank you all for that. You watched that outro first. Karaoke, why do you start with the outro? The 3 Aces had some breakfast, being a sexy kitty girl, you know, normal. Got my work comp working again, so unfortunately got to go adult. Keep being awesome. Blue Fairy, thank you very much for coming to say hello. Take care of yourself, and good luck with work. I tend to listen to them while driving, set it and go. There's a lot of people that do that. We actually have a lot of truck drivers on the channel that likes the long streams and stuff, because they just turn them on and just go while you wash up. Nice, right? How is dark mode not default? Right around the 13-minute mark is where the poop is done. Truth. Or me, thank you for the prime sub, dude. Really fucking appreciate that. 4 months in a row. Thank you, thank you, thank you. By the way, did you guys hear about what happened to Amaranth? I watched that last night. I watched Asmongold react to it. Did you guys hear it? Raphael, how you doing? I came in from YouTube, made this Twitch account just to speak here. Bro, nice. Fucking nice. That's the dedication I'm talking about. Can we get some love and chat for Raphael? Literally made a Twitch account just so that he can come hang out with us. That's why I like the podcast with you and Apocalypse. I can pop it on the background and it feels like I'm hanging out with friends. That's the point of it. That's how we want it to be. Been gone 2 months for work. Good to be back. Omi, happy to have you back. How's work been? 2 months. You would have been very fucking busy. Amaranth the band? No. Amaranth, the Twitch streamer. She's one of the hot tub streamers. She got her channel demonetized on Twitch. Like, no more ads on her channel. May I ask you a bit more personal question to the question? What's o'clock at the place you are at the moment? I mean, that's not a personal question at all. I'm in South Africa. It's 10 minutes past 4 at the minute in the afternoon. Female streamer on Twitch. Is she the largest? I'm pretty sure Pokimane is the largest female streamer on Twitch. Pokimane is like fucking insane, right? She's one of the only female streamers that gets over 10k views. Most of the other female streamers are around 2,000, 3,000, maybe 4,000 viewers. I don't think Amaranth is the largest. She's definitely one of the largest suggestive streamers, I suppose. Have it wrong? Thought I heard it on a video about what happened. She won't be for long, seeing the bathtub girls are coming up. The problem with the bathtub, we can actually check it. Fuck it. Let's do some investigative journalism here. Let's go back to Twitch. Let's see. Although there might not be many today. There might not be many hot tub streamers today because they're all now scared of what's going to happen to Amaranth. Never mind. Amaranth herself is back with the hot tub stream, so doesn't really matter. Wow, she has exploded. You might be right, Tabby. She never had 15k viewers. Fucking never. That's never happened before. I used to sort of, my brother watched Amaranth a lot, and I used to get it, like, walk into his room and he'd be watching Amaranth and she would be like 2,000, 2,500 viewers. Nothing more. My brother thinks Amaranth may be the hottest girl in the universe, by the way. When will you make a hot tub stream? I will not only get demonetized on Twitch, I'd be banned. What? Thank you for seeing what's up, dude. Really fucking appreciate that. 6 months in a row. Thank you, thank you, thank you. She getting a lot of people with the hot tub stuff. Before then, she wasn't very big. 15 fucking K, dude. But is there any other hot tub streams that we're seeing? Because I'm pretty sure Amaranth might be the only one that gets that many views on the hot tub streams. Twitch will do something about it because people are getting scared about browsing on the Twitch app while streaming, making YouTube content. I just think, I literally think the only thing Twitch has to do is they have to come up with a new category for these girls. See, and I love women. I mean, I genuinely have no problem, right? If you feel comfortable sort of being half naked in front of thousands of people, that's your fucking job. That's your business. It's got nothing to do with me. They just use Twitch to get people to their OnlyFans, not judging. They can do what they want. Don't think she will be missing the money. No, the ads on Twitch is not good enough. There's a reason why I barely ever run ads. Like this button on my stream, this run 3-minute ad break is the least used button of all of them. I barely ever use this button because ad revenue is like fucking useless. You get barely any money from ad revenue. Don't take my TD streamers away. Hey, what? I'm not touching your fucking titty streamers, bro. Twitter is the same way. It's just pre-OnlyFans. I mean, OnlyFans, the girls on OnlyFans are making an absolute killing, right? And that's fine. Again, I think people are a little bit stupid for supporting OnlyFans. Mainly because maybe they just don't know about Pornhub and all the places you can get shit for free. Maybe they really just don't know. Which is kind of sad, considering all these people are taking out a lot of money when they could get it for free. Right? Maybe we should actually start a campaign to tell them about it. There's literally an entire internet filled with free porn. Is Ariana hot tub stream? A friend from our Ariana? Show me? Arkeo? Give me the clip? You'll have to send it to me on Discord. I don't think Twitch is going to allow you to send it here. Yeah, like I said, Arkeo, Discord. The simps who think the strippers like them. Again, I don't mind. It's your money. You can do with your money whatever the fuck you want, right? I do think, however, it's dangerous for it to be in just chatting, considering that kids can watch these things, right? So I don't agree with that. I don't think that's okay. It should be behind its own sort of paywall, if you will, or at least just make it very fucking difficult for kids to watch these things. Yeah, it's a big percentage of kids, especially when in TOS. It's what, 12? Ben Raging, the thing is, you can set your stream to 18, but there's no way to know when I make an account. I can lie, right, on my age. I can literally just go, oh, yeah, I'm 18, right? You're a 13-year-old boy. Your hormones are fucking pumping. Of course you're gonna fucking lie, right? And then there's just one thing that pops up that says, hey, this is an 18+ stream. Are you sure you want to watch it? Yes, I want to watch it. I'm a 13-year-old boy. It's go time. And my parents blocked porn on the browser or on the router. I mean, they watch these things, and you can say, well, it's just a girl in a bikini. What does it matter? For a 13-year-old boy, that is extremely suggestive. And you might think, well, what does it matter? I started watching porn when I was that age. Not everyone is as lucky as you to have watched it at 13 and nothing happened to them. You have so much evidence that shows how the younger you are when you start getting introduced into things like this, the harder it is to get out. Some people become addicts. They can't get enough of it. By the same logic, you can watch Pornhub the same way and you don't need an account. What, true, but Pornhub can be blocked by parents. So if you're a parent, you can literally go into adult controls or parental controls on your router and you can block basically any fucking any site that is 18+. And also remember, Pornhub is for porn. So that's literally their job, right? It is for porn. I do not understand why anyone makes a Pornhub account, by the way. That makes no sense to me. That is some level of dedication. When you go, no, you know what? I think I need an account for this. Many parents are the tech savvy, though. Bacon, egg, cheese, I do think you can actually ask your ISP. In South Africa, at least, you can ask your ISP to set that up. Go see the clip. You will love it. All right, let's watch this clip that Arkeel shared here.
Hot tubs, when they bubble like this, you can literally fart and nobody's gonna notice.
I thought that this wasn't a hot tub. This is just a bath.
Oh my god, just a fucking green screen. Holy shit. Oh, it's a cooking channel on the hub. Lol, it's completely safe for work too. Really? Pornhub has cooking videos. So we say in our country, it's the forbidden things that make you feel good. Raphael, that's very true. Forbidden fruit is the tastiest, I think is the saying. In Afrikaans, it's verbode vrugte is donders lekker. Which basically means exactly that. Forbidden fruit is the tastiest. Even more important, what if a parent doesn't want their own porn blocked? Again, so in South Africa, for example, you can set up different accounts for people if you really know how to do it. Or you can ask your ISP to do it for you. Or just watch it on your fucking mobile, I suppose, if you really wanted to. Verboden and Vrucht. Flaming Strike, yes, exactly that. I mean, look, there is no easy answer to this, but the short and the long of it, as far as I'm concerned, is Twitch isn't a porn channel, right? It's not a porn website. It's not a platform for it. So if you're gonna have things that border on pornography, first of all, you have to put that in the TOS, that this is what you will have. And then you have to find a way to make sure that young kids are not watching this shit that is on your channel. The answer is definitely not allow it and put it on the front page. True. You could also do that. Alex is actually correct. You can just block it by MAC addresses. That way your PC stays fine, but you block your children's sort of cell phones and PCs from going onto those sites. But Ben Raging, I 100% agree with you there. The answer is definitely not to put it on the front page. It's not to promote it. No, I mean, Twitch is long since not... It's no longer a gaming platform. And it makes sense why they did that. I don't blame them for it. While gaming is really big, sure, it is very small in terms of almost every other category. There's a reason why if you go onto Twitch right now, right, and this is almost always fucking true, what is the most watched category on Twitch? It's not on the Feroria stream schedule. Just chatting. The only time League will be higher than just chatting is when there's actually MSI or LEC or LCS or something to that effect, right? Every other time, just chatting is almost always right at the top. The fuck is going on with World of Warcraft? Why is there so many people watching WoW? Just a bunch of smaller streamers that's very big right now. Well, not smaller streamers, they're obviously big streamers. But this is the sort of numbers you expect when Asmongold goes on, right? Yeah. Everyone's fucking cashing in on the TBC pre-patch. And what am I doing? I'm just sort of sitting here. I should rename just chatting to Boobs here. I would actually watch that. They need to take the just chatting back to bigger campsite. JC, no, because just chatting is what we're doing now. We're all in the just chatting section. All of my WoW content goes into just chatting. I never go into the World of Warcraft category at all, because the vast majority of what we do during the stream is just chatting. We're sitting here, we're hanging out, we have discussions about certain topics, depending on the topics, of course. So I love the just chatting sort of category. I love that it's there. I just think there needs to be maybe another category, which is sort of called Boobies here or whatever. I think that's a better solution. They need to take... in all seriousness, the hot tub meta is very messed up. There are lots of young girls, for instance, watching appropriate female streamers on just chatting, which will cause Twitch to recommend them to the hot tub streamers. I mean, I think there's a lot of arguments that people can make for or against this, and almost every single one of the arguments that I could make for or against this would get me into a lot of trouble with a lot of people. Because I'm not really into the extremely liberal lifestyle that we nowadays sort of believe to be the right thing. I love some of it. So sexual liberation, for example, brought a lot of good things with it. The fact that women have the right to express their sexuality, have the right to be sexual, where in the past, I mean, literally, they believed that if a woman got quote-unquote horny, she was possessed by demons. You know, that was sort of the belief. So sexual liberation brought with it a lot of good things. It brought with it the gay rights movement and sort of visibility for different sexualities and genders and things like that. So all of that was very good. But I do think, as with all movements that human beings are a part of, it almost always goes too far. And there comes a point where we completely destroy everything else. It shouldn't be up to the platform. That's a parental issue. Parents should be aware what their kids are watching rather than Twitch babysitting. Tabby, very good argument there. And personally, the anarchist in me cannot disagree with a single thing you just said there. Because yes, that is correct. It's not up to corporations or businesses or even government for that matter to protect your children. It's up to parents. The only time we ask that government step in is when parents prove that they can't fucking do it, right? That's when we sort of say, wait, someone has to protect these kids because kids cannot protect themselves. So the anarchist in me 100% agrees with that. But it is a problem that Twitch themselves have created. So one needs to ask, should Twitch not be the ones to fix it? I've been with a lot of possessed demons. Hey, if it makes you happy, JC, go for it. Is there any new games that's good? Days Gone. I'm not going to play that. Endwalker. Oh shit, this is the new patch. I'm having trouble with Final Fantasy, bro. I'm having trouble convincing myself to fucking play the game. And I have to make a video on it. So... But I should just get it again. The reason why I say Twitch created it is you have a TOS, right? So if you go on YouTube, for example, they have a very clear TOS. Sometimes it's a little bit muddy and they have to keep it that way so people can't game the system. But they have certain rules that is absolutely not allowed and certain rules that is sort of okay-ish, right? That's what YouTube has. Most content creators know exactly what they're allowed to do on YouTube and what they're not allowed to do on YouTube. Unless, of course, you go into the political sphere, in which case their YouTube sort of changes their rules depending on the person that they're dealing with. But for the most part, people know what they're getting. The problem with Twitch is everything that these girls in the hot tub streams are doing, every single thing is technically very much against TOS. Do you know that the Twitch TOS makes it a taboo for a guy to take off his shirt? If a guy wanted to take off his shirt on stream, he would be instantly banned from Twitch. You're not allowed to take off your shirt. You're not allowed to show nipples, so to speak. Right? You're not allowed to do anything sexually suggestive. At all. And basically, if you look at what these hot tub streamers are doing is they're doing everything that literally the TOS says you're not allowed to do. So all I'm saying is clarify your rules. If you want to make it fine, that's good. No one should care about that. But then you should make it clear in the fucking TOS that, oh, by the way, we will now allow sexually suggestive content on our platform. We will now allow guys and girls to take off their shirts on the platform because we are basically allowing girls at the moment to sit in their underwear, right? They care more about DMCA than children watching hot tub streamers. Truth. Consistently inconsistent. Raphael, so fucking true. And like we spoke about this the other day. There is undoubtedly at the moment a lot of anti-female sentiment on Twitch. From viewers, from other streamers, it is happening. I've seen it happen. I've seen girls who's gone through it. And I'm talking about girls who do not even sit there with literally no clothes on. I'm talking about girls who sit there with a hoodie on just playing the game will get this like abuse thrown their way from viewers and shit. And a big contributor to that is Twitch's inability to apply their rules across the board equally to everyone. Because you have massive streamers that get banned for making a small mistake, and then you get female streamers that gets away with almost breaking every single rule that exists. So you can understand why a lot of viewers of those bigger streamers that got banned is genuinely fucking salty that the hot tub streams are using the rules in the TOS that allow it. The problem with it is it breaks so many other TOS rules. especially when they're sitting in the hot tubs inside their houses, because the TOS allows sitting in a bikini if you're in a hot tub pool beach. Well, Amaranth at the minute is sitting on top of a thing that we won't name, but if you look at that picture, you can tell what she's sitting on and what it's supposed to represent, right? You have female streamers that's done stuff with balloons that genuinely the only thing they're doing there is being sexually suggestive. So too many rules if the rules are breaking each other, to be honest. True. Twitch is a mess. Twitch is an absolute mess at the moment. As a streamer on Twitch, I don't pay too much attention to this shit because I don't care. But it is a mess. It's blatant what they're doing, but technically it's not breaking TOS because of how their TOS is set up, which is a mess in and of itself, right? Been raging. I would have to say Blizzard simply because it affects me more. Like, whatever Twitch doesn't really affect me, right? I just come to hang out with you guys. I couldn't give two fucks about anything else. I'm not breaking the TOS with anything, except, of course, for the Sunday night chill shows. That is a little bit breaking TOS, because technically I'm not allowed to stream to another platform. But I did tell them literally in my application that I have a Sunday night stream on YouTube. So if they do want to ban me, then, you know, what the fuck? I literally told you when I applied for partnership that this is what I do. Which is a bigger mess, Twitch or Blizzard? Well, counted, like I just said, Blizzard, because it personally affects me far more. But Twitch, obviously, they have their own set of issues. I don't know, those of you that remember, what's the fucking girl's name? Alinity, right? Who sort of threw her cat. You had a guy streamer that bought a new fish, and he literally picked the fish up out of the water and just held it up to the cam to show his viewers and then put the fish back, right? He got banned instant. He got banned, I think, the next day. Permanent ban, never to come back again. Animal abuse, which isn't technically fucking animal abuse, right? The fish was fine. The fish was still okay. But he got banned for that 100%. Alinity took her cat and fucking launched it over her head because she was playing a game and the cat was in the way. And she didn't even get a suspension. So you can see how people are looking at the rules and going, well, what the fuck is going on here? Right? Why is this allowed but this isn't allowed? Like, what is this? Step aside Detroit. Through a cat. Raphael, thank you for the follow, dude. Really fucking appreciate that. Well, there was that female streamer that literally, you could compare it frame to frame, did the same thing as Alinity, but got banned. That's the problem. That is the problem. Why are some people protected and some people aren't? You can't have that. If you want to have a platform like Twitch, everyone, right? Everyone must be treated equally. The second your creators start feeling that, this is the nice thing about YouTube that I will say, everyone gets treated unfairly equally on YouTube. Everyone gets fucked by YouTube equally, no questions asked. Which is sort of nice, right? At least the one thing you can count on YouTube is that you will get fucked by YouTube. No matter who you are. Even PewDiePie, the biggest YouTuber they have, got fucked by YouTube in multiple occasions, right? Because that's what YouTube does. They apply their rules fairly equally across the board. Like I said, the only time they do not is when it comes to politics. Their YouTube is not equal in how they apply their rules, although they have been stepping that up as well. So it does seem like they're getting more equal now in applying the rules to both sides of the aisle, even though I don't even fucking understand the aisle. But Twitch doesn't. They have one rule for thee, but not for me, right? So it's always rules for thee, but not for me. The guys who ran Chernobyl do a better job than people who run Twitch. But Perry, I do like that. You're right. Is that arbitrary? The safe streamers are the ones that will send the staff nudes? Probably. I sort of wonder if there isn't a bunch of female streamers on the platform that have a lot of dirt on some of the higher ups in Twitch. So some of the big boys on Twitch maybe sent some dick pics to some of these lady streamers and, you know, maybe did a couple of weird sex chats. And this girl just went, listen. If you for a fucking moment think you will ever ban me, all of this becomes public. I heard something about Simpson Bear, but I can't remember what it was, Apocalypse. Can you refresh my memory? Twitch is more willful ignorance, though. Chernobyl was just idiots. Weasel Games, how you doing? Thank you for the tier. What's up? Really fucking appreciate it. 8 months in a row. Thank you. Lots of love from Israel. Love you too, bro. How you doing? To be honest, PewDiePie gets warnings before bans when he steps over the rules, where others get banned. So there is some unfairness on YouTube, but not as bad on you as you're on Twitch. True, to some extent, Alex. She got banned and outed her son for begging for feet pics. Didn't Amaranth just do the same thing, though? Amaranth just outed, I think, her son as well. I think she just fucking outed him. Let me just quickly do a search here, because there is an actual clip of Amaranth outing Hassan. I don't know who Hassan is, but he's apparently a big boy streamer. Was it on Reddit? Did I see it on Reddit? Yes, I did see it on Reddit. Okay, never mind. No searching required. You guys want to watch this? This is... I don't know. Who is Hassan? Can someone tell me? Bacon and cheese? Bacon, egg, cheese. Thank you for the follow, dude. Really fucking appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. Thank you. Emotionally drained, but trying to make lemonades by watching some Accolon. Weasel Games. I'll lift your spirits, bro. There's no such thing as a nice dick pic. Truth. As someone who have received my fair share of unwanted dick pics, I can attest to that. There is no such thing as a wanted or nice dick pic. Of course he's a communist. The one thing that you can always trust a communist to be is a fucking hypocrite. They just straight up. They are the least trustworthy people on the planet. The fundamental disconnect between World of Warcraft players, Twitch. Truth. But okay, look at this. I think she exposes him on... yeah, this is him, right?
Make it bigger.
Okay, so he made a YouTube video. Is this the end of hot tub streamers? Is this a different Hassan? All right, whoever the fuck this is. But now look at what he does. He looks like a fairly big fucking streamer or whatever.
Sure.
This is what I call the ultimate fucking beta cunt, right? This is what I call the ultimate beta bitch. Why? Because he now makes videos against Amaranth and the hot tub streamers. But just a couple of years ago, look at this. Literally my fave channel.
What's the date?
Literally my fave channel. Fucking look
2018?
In 2018, Amaranth was literally his favorite channel. Now, he's making videos saying hot tub streamers should get fucked. Kaki, how long have you known that you're not allowed to do links? Rory, thanks for the 0 months up, dude. Really fucking appreciate that. 8 months in a row. Thank you. BNet is a link? Yes, BNet is a link. Kaki Cup, bro. Are you saying the bot got it wrong? Twitch never makes mistakes. Don't worry, Lassie. We'll bounce around a couple more topics and end up back to the disconnect. We will get to the disconnect. You guys should know by now. Is anti-shaman? True. Who cares about shaman? All praise the Twitch all father. Exactly. But no, I sort of I don't know. There's just so much bullshit that happens in the world. It's hard to keep up with everything, right? Some things get seen as links through the bot. Yeah, the links. So the bot, anytime it's a full stop followed immediately by words, that is considered a link. We had to disable links for everyone except for subscribers to protect the stream, because you have people coming in linking all sorts of dangerous sites and doing all sorts of crazy shit. And why was there a smexy lady on your screen? I just got here. Oh, Kaki, we were talking about Amaranth exposing Hassan. A different Hassan, though. But yeah, a guy who wanted her. He basically wanted to date her, but she didn't want him. And then he became very anti whatever she stands for. He's doing research for when he does his own hot tub streams. Hey, I could do that. I fucking bet you, if I did a hot tub stream, none of you fuckers would show up. Give me a raging boner. It would not. Please don't. Let me edit that. I could definitely do a hot tub stream with like, this is something I would actually do. I would be prepared to do this. I don't like swimming at all, but I would be prepared to do this. If you get a small little kiddie pool, right? This is your hot tub, small little kiddie pool. And then you have like those little ducks on your arms, like shirt and everything. Like you're just like a little kid that the mother just made sure that he's not going to fucking drown. Talking about lore during the hot tub stream? Am I just for you? Mean that bath stream? Yeah, that could be funny. Like you have your own hot tub stream, but it's not really a hot tub stream. It's weird, dude. It's weird. I don't know why people do it. Let's see. What's new on Reddit? Discord is a worthless platform for the PTS forum. Okay. Time played bugged on certain games. Spawnery Blues. I want something good. John Spector announces that Apex style trash talking is coming to the league. He has been losing weight for months. Did you lose weight, Akko, or are my eyes playing tricks on me? No, I have been losing weight. Thank you very much for noticing. I really appreciate that. I have been losing weight. I've still got a long way to go, but I'm getting there. Cut up Savannah sitting in the kiddie pool with you, Akko. Or we do a green screen hot tub, but we do it proper, right? So it looks like a hot tub, and then we sort of get Alex to work Sylvanas into the hot tub. Hot spring stream, have to remain on topic. Cardboard and water. She'll end up looking like her new model, no legs. Which is different. Crypto trader. Has anyone successfully used the self-service mail restoration? Two lessons and lads. What the fuck is going on? Where's all the good shit? There's no good news ever. I think I'm not allowed to do that. Forge your axe, grow a beard, invade England. Streams maybe? Jesus. This is a bit heavy. I mean, we could do that. I don't know exactly how that would react to, like, if that would be in accordance to TOS. I don't know. Maybe it wouldn't be that bad, right? I could just get myself an army and invade the UK while live on Twitch. Hey, it would be history in the making, right? I invaded England and I have it all on phone. Green screen, you wear a long sleeve green shirt, make it look like you're up to your beard in a cauldron. I could do that too. We just sacrifice TOS staff to the gods. Fuck them. South Africa invading England. It would not go well, Crix. I am aware that our military is completely and utterly fucking useless. But, you know, it never hurts to try. Oh my god, I love this. Anti-RGB Master Race. Yes. I mean, I don't like the keyboard. But everything else in this is nice. Nice and clean. I can wrap myself up in green screen material. You can edit the rest. So many of you want me to get a green screen. So fresh, so clean. Can't you invade their hearts with love? I mean, the Brits don't really show love. Stiff upper lip and all that. When you donate $1 to a streamer, now say my name. I like that. Evil Within trademark was re-upped for continued use. Oh, wow. I shall love. I haven't been playing WoW for a few days now because my sub ran out. Tomorrow is payday and I cannot wait anymore. Kaki, so you're still actively playing World of Warcraft? Kyle, how you doing, bro? I just want a picture of your background without the chair, Mike and you. I think I can bypass the green screen that way if you really don't want to invest in one. I mean, I can do that for you now, Alex, if you want. A lot of PvP for the first time in Shadowlands. Been enjoying it. I've been sort of gearing and playing my Demon Hunter quite a bit. But I have to admit, it's hard. It's hard to like World of Warcraft at the moment. There's so much that's wrong. That just feels fucking wrong. That it does get a little bit fucking tedious at times. But for the most part, I'm doing it just so that I can do Torghast. Because I think doing Torghast and a Demon Hunter would be fun. Boring for me as the PvP system is fucked for me. I don't PvP, so... Got any more of them Doge tweets? Look at this. I'm going to play TVC instead of retail. I still playing WoW, for WoW, but not right now. I switched to another game at the moment. What are you playing right now, Flinder? It is genuinely a trash game with a story that's getting the same way. Only log in when people message me and on raid days. So I have been playing Final Fantasy, some. To be fair though, I've been struggling to play Final Fantasy. It's not easy. The first few levels suck monkey dick. How long have I been playing for? 8 hours. And I feel like death. Technically, usually, I would play about 10 hours of a game and then I would release the first impression. Because after 10 hours, I should get a good feel for it. Was it kind of boring alone? We'll see. Legion of What would disagree with you. We will see if I like it or not. Bacon, egg, cheese, I would say World of Warcraft story has actually always been its greatest achievement. Because the story is reaching almost Warhammer levels of involvement. It's still got a long way to go, but it is getting closer with every single expansion. The problem is just that the WoW developers keep getting rushed, and then they have to keep fucking ending the story early. From what I've seen, a lot of the Final Fantasy players don't like the idea of all the attention it's getting from Asmon and others, while they can go fuck themselves. No, I'm being serious. If a Final Fantasy player wants to come after me and say, oh my god, I can't believe you're fucking bringing attention to my game, I'll just say, fuck off. I'll do what I want. The Warcraft story has been an absolute mess since they made it. I enjoy it especially at certain spots or characters, but it's never been an amazingly written story. So it depends what you mean. Are you talking about the individual sort of micro stories? Or are you talking about the macro stories? They were always the gameplay first company. Final Fantasy is better story, WoW is better lore. Better story? Final Fantasy? Considering the fact that I've been playing for 8 hours, I don't know what fucking zone I'm in. I don't have a clue what the main city is called there. Some kind of desert fucking place. I don't even know what class I am. We could probably check. What class am I? Don't you read the text? No, I couldn't give two fucks about the text. Now I first have to fucking log in. Give me a second. Give me a second. I couldn't give two fucks about reading the quest, to be honest. The quest's too much reading. Way too much reading. No one should read that shit. I don't know what class I am. I'm gonna check now. Hold up. I'm trying to fucking get there. Trying to do this, guys. I'm fucking trying. Okay, this should be fine. Yes, okay. That is very loud. That is very loud. Let's not have it this loud ever again, right? Let's not fucking have it this loud ever again. I can't turn it down. I can't turn it down. It's broken. Hold up. Was it that loud on system? I fucking doubt it was that loud on system. Just was the gameplay wasn't so slow and homogenized in Final Fantasy XIV. I mean, it is very slow. This is true. It is stupidly slow. Like, I'll show you guys the combat now and why I fucking loathe the combat in Final Fantasy. It's gonna be riveting stuff. Believe me, you guys are gonna love this. You are going to fucking love this. There we go. I think that's better from a sound perspective, even though it's still pretty fucking loud. What am I again? I'm Oru, whatever the fucking race is called there. I'm Clan Zayla, first son of the first astral moon. Alone. I'm a gladiator. I'm a level 14 gladiator. And I'm an Ulda. Okay. How do I play now? Yes. Is a guardian a paladin? Or a gladiator a paladin? Alright, this is a mess. Look at what the fuck is this? No. There's a lot of things on my fucking screen. I want to show you guys the combat in a minute. Oh, I'm not allowed to go in there. My apologies. These little things are blocking my way. Level 30, you can upgrade to paladin. I don't know where I am right now. How do I get out? Just go in here. Bro, shit's weird in this game. But I'll show you the combat in a minute. How do you run fast again? Oh, right. Sprint, motherfucker, sprint. How do I get out? How do I leave this place? Like this. Okay. Take a nap? If so, I'll stay up. I just want to show you guys this combat. It is... Bro. It is the slowest combat you'll ever see in your life. We can't fight these things. They're too low level. So we have to look. These are too low level perhaps as well. But we'll do this challenge thing. Just because... Whatever the fuck. I hate the UI. I despise the UI. All of this looks horrible. Plus, there's something I genuinely don't understand. So look at this. What does this do? What's the B and the A for? What does that stand for? Tell me. What the B next to it. The fuck does that mean? Slow story is honestly what makes Final Fantasy better than WoW. But I've been playing WoW since TBC. Not holding my breath there. Alright, what's this thing? Mr. Challenger. See all this reading? No one reads this shit. Who am I challenging? Oh, this bitch. No, am I challenging you or... Now let us begin, okay? Unable to attack Fate target. Your level is too high. Oh, fuck me, man. I just want to show people the combat. Apparently, I'm not allowed to fight. The level sync button? Did I not? Oh! Sync to level 10. Now can I attack? Hey, look at how slow this is. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my god. Did she just stun me? The global cooldown on this game is fucking insane. And this is all you do, by the way. You can click. You don't even have to fucking use your keyboard. Just do this. I won. You're my bitch now. That's it. There's literally nothing can kill you. Because they're all doing as like literally 0 damage. They're all slow as fuck. You have so many abilities, but you can't use those abilities ever. Also, I genuinely don't like the combat animations in the game. Resolution low. When I played, everything was much smaller on my screen. I don't even know what my UI resolution is at the minute. We can check probably. I did not pay a lot of attention to these things. Now, where the fuck? System configuration, maybe? It's on, like, whatever the fuck. It's just a bit slower. Probably do this, but then it's going to be very small. I would say so here's what I hate about this is your character looks as if it's sliding. Can you guys see that? It looks as if it's sliding across the ground. It doesn't look as if it's actually fucking like running normally. And when you jump, I don't know, it all looks weird. So what I want to see when I'm jumping, oh my god, look, it's Enoch. And you again play a girl in the game. Dude, what the fuck? If you go into World of Warcraft, the animation, World of Warcraft, to my mind, Blizzard have always had the best animations. Like, the way Blizzard does their animations is just absolutely brilliant. But fuck this. I don't want to play this game now. Just wanted to show you guys what I have to deal with this game. He brought Philedrel. But the fact, why are you always playing a girl in games, though? Took me a while to start enjoying Final Fantasy XIV. I skipped much of the reading and just watched cinematics with voiceovers. My fave story was the Heavensward expansion. I'm gonna try, because I'm doing a first impressions video, right? This is one of the reasons I'm not playing the game on stream, is because we're doing a first impressions of the game. So I'm recording as I'm playing, and Alex is sort of editing it. I'm going to keep going until I get to level 50, because this is where everyone tells me now it becomes absolutely amazing. And if you guys are fucking lying, I'm going to let you know in the video. You are liars. Looks like a little hand flick. It's just awkward. Like, the new instant offensive cast animation is pretty garbage. For what? For Final Fantasy. You see, but that does not make a good game, Enoch. You cannot come at me and tell me that, hey, our game is amazing once you get to level 70. What the fuck are you talking about? So in other words, the first 70 levels are completely useless. I have to sort of begrudgingly go through them so that I can get to the good bits of the game. The game should be amazing throughout. You shouldn't have to force yourself to level to get to the best parts of the game. True. But this is why I tell everyone the MMO industry isn't dead. The MMO industry isn't dead. The fact that there are people that will sit through 70 levels just to get to a decent MMO tells you that the MMO industry isn't dead. People are hungry for a good MMO. The problem is no company seems to be delivering on that promise. 100% been that forever though. WoW was an awful new player experience. That's why they overhauled it for Shadowlands to force new players to go into BFA immediately. Bacon egg cheese, I agree with you. The lucky thing for me is I played World of Warcraft since Classic, so I leveled through all of the great expansions to the point where now going through the next 10 levels to get to max level doesn't take a lot of my time, right? To get to the max part where the game is good. I am not saying this is something that is only really central to Final Fantasy. Not at all. This is an MMO problem. This is why we constantly have these boosts fucking arguments and shit going on, because they keep making bad games and then trying to force us to get through them or pay to boost past that, right? Lost Ghost Ghost, thank you for tier 1 sub. Did really fucking appreciate that. 11 months in a row. Thank you, thank you, thank you, bro. Where Nathanos at? Where's Zara go? You're awesome, bro. Have a great day. Lost Ghost Ghost, thank you very much. Really appreciate that. Where Nathanos is, I don't know. Maw, somewhere in the Maw. Probably getting reborn in the Maw. As for Azara, don't know. The last we heard from her, she said she's going to claim the throne of ultimate power, right? Is where she's going. Where that is, I have no idea. By constant downscaling. So, I think, my personal opinion, there is only one game in the entire MMO industry that is amazing from start to finish. And I will do a first impressions on that as well as soon as I'm done with Final Fantasy. But there is only one MMO that is great from start to finish, but then at max level can become sort of a drag. Like, there's people that love the max level, but for me, the max level isn't that great. And that is ESO. The leveling in ESO truly is the best leveling experience you can have of your life. By a mile. Arnold, how you doing? Has anyone here played ESO before? We're super big into ESO. We played characters to cap together. But I can't deal with the combat. It's terrible. The combat is pretty horrible. I agree. The combat is pretty horrible. Also, the power levels in that game is weird. The power levels, you explode. Jamanio, how you doing? How was your tattoo? How did that go? The story of ESO, however, the way they do the story, it's like playing a single player RPG. It's amazing. The dungeons are really cool. I've done a bunch of dungeons on there, and the dungeons are really fun. The only thing that puts me off ESO is the combat. If they could overhaul the combat and make the combat more fun and maybe make it a little bit more logical, I would love to get into ESO full time. Felt like I watered down Skyrim. I think I'm just a single player guy in the Elder Scrolls universe. Can't wait for 6. I've never really been an Elder Scrolls fan before Elder Scrolls Online. That's how I play it. Like the longest RPG ever. And it's good. The fucking story for every zone. And here's what they did correctly. Every zone in the game is your level. Like, you can start in any zone in the game and level through that zone. When you first start playing the game, it will always put you at the max expansion, so the newest expansion zone, and you can do that, right? You can just sort of do the new story. But then if you go to a different zone, that story is still relevant. The zone just scales up to your level, and you can do every single zone, even at max level, and have fun with it. The story was amazing, but I got bored of the gameplay of just buff damage. I don't know, got bored at some point. The combat is horrible. Imagine thinking ES6 is going to be anything good since Microsoft owns it now. What's your problem with Microsoft? I personally, I'm happy that Microsoft bought them, because most of the Microsoft games I've played were very good. So I'm actually very happy that Microsoft picked up Bethesda. Can only get better. Yeah, but you're talking about the Xbox. No one owns a fucking Xbox. Look, if you own an Xbox, you are literally gimping yourself. Because you don't need to own an Xbox. Everything that is on Xbox is on PC too. I don't have problems with Windows. My Windows works fine. I've never had to backwards compatible anything. Doctron Gaming, how you doing, bro? If I don't want a PC and want an Xbox, I mean, you could do that, but why would you want something that's worse? That's literally telling a girl that's willing to have sex with you, no, just give me a blowjob, please. It's literally the equivalent of what you're doing. You're literally going, you know, I will have sex with you. I will give you a blowjob. Right? Why would you do that? $30 Xbox versus $500 PC is not comparable. Yeah, but no one spends like, look, yes, you're probably going to spend like $1,500 on your PC. It's going to last you far longer than the Xbox will ever last you. It's going to be more powerful than any Xbox you could ever fucking imagine. I guarantee you now, the next consoles that come out, my PC will still be stronger than those, right? Make that a fucking meme. Same goes for Disney. They ruined Star Wars. I mean, Disney is horrible, right? Disney is a bad company. Microsoft, when it comes to gaming, they've been incredible at, like Alex said there, they buy the games, right? They buy the companies and then they let the companies do whatever. Like, they actually showed, what company was it again? The company showed the contract that they have with Microsoft. Microsoft legitimately just told them, do whatever you do. We just wanted the studio. If you need money, we'll give you money. Make whatever games you want to make. But yeah, Star Wars is sort of sad. Disney completely fucked Star Wars. I don't know how it's possible. You have a multi-billion-dollar empire. All you have to do is keep making good movies and good games. Yeah, if only Activision was like that, but they're more hands-on in their approach. Like, if anyone's gonna fuck up this game, it's gonna be Activision. They will not allow anyone else to fuck it up. There's 9 movies, countless series, comics, games, and just years of But My Daddy Doesn't Love Me. It's not 9 movies. There's only 6 Star Wars movies. I don't know what you're talking about, Apocalypse. Where did you pull out the other 3 movies? Where did that come from? Which Microsoft would have bought BioWare after the first Mass Effect rather than EA buying them? Can you imagine? The first 6 movies are good. There's only 6 movies. There is not 9. The new Star Wars movies, or movies, isn't Star Wars. For remakes of the original trilogy that George Lucas kept remaking, the original 1970s movies were the best. The rest sucked. I would say 1, 2, and 3 was also good, right? 4, 5, and 6, by far the best. By far the best. 100% agree. But 1, 2, and 3 was also good because it sort of gave you the backstory of everything that happened in 4, 5, and 6, which was amazing. The newest movies, it's bullshit. It is just bullshit. Look, quickest way to know that it is complete shit. This girl, right, that's never received any Jedi training whatsoever, is just a Jedi. She just figured it all out. Lightsabers, no fucking problem. I can do this. I can use the Force no matter what. I have full control over the Force no matter what. What are you talking about? Jedi go through incredible training to finally learn how to channel the Force, how to do it correctly. This girl can just fucking do it? No. No, what they should have done, if they wanted Rey to be a good character that the players... Because I think Rey has potential to be a very good character in the world of in the Star Wars universe. But what they should have done with Rey is the same thing they did with Luke Skywalker. start from the beginning. Start small. Let her go through her training. Let her learn how to be a proper fucking Jedi. And then you start the story. The problem is it felt like they didn't have a plan for the Rey thing. They just wanted it to get there as quickly as possible. Kylo Ren, oh my god. He wears a mask in like the first movie. And then he takes the mask off and there's nothing wrong with his face. No scars, no nothing. It's like, why the mask? Why the fucking mask? Injockey, how you doing, bro? Obi-Wan had the higher ground. I love you guys. Rey is a woke Kathleen Kennedy failure. He looks like a baby, not a villain. True. Because masks are cool. Masks make you look bad. Makes you look like a bad guy. What the problem with that is, if he wanted to idealize Darth Vader, it should have been set up more. The whole, all the new Star Wars movies suffer from the same thing. Zero setup, zero backstory, zero involvement. They sort of jump into the story right in the center of it, and they ask the viewer to just ignore all of the fucking plot holes. And say it makes sense, just why he does it. Oh, what? No. I'm aware of why he does it. He basically gets mocked for it in the movie. I just think it's stupid, right? Yeah, Disney needs to get the fuck out of here. But you guys do know that Disney has now sort of stepped back from all the woke shit. Hollywood themselves as well. There was some Hollywood producer not long ago that said the reason movies and series are all bad now is because everyone is afraid of offending someone. Finally, they lost 600 million because of it. Exactly. So fucking finally, the world is waking up and realizing you do not have the right not to be offended. You don't. It might be sad and might sound horrible, but you do not have the right not to be offended. In fact, you have the right to be offended by everyone. No one can control that because offense is not given, it's taken. That's sort of the fundamental crux of the matter. You can never know who's going to get offended by something that you say. So, for example, we like to make sexual jokes on the channel, right? And I will say things like girls in cowboy boots are sexy as fuck. And Sylvanas is hot as fuck. There is actually people that has taken offense to me saying things like that. At no point that I give offense, right? Those comments are not offensive in any way, shape, or form. But some fucking woke piece of shit takes offense to it and then calls me, what did they call me again? A misogynist. I'm a misogynist because I dare speak about sex. But their entire Twitter is just filled with sexual fucking innuendo. It's like, oh yeah, sure. So no one can please everyone. Don't try. No, let's get back to the days where we did offend people. What's wrong with offense? And the ones trying to cancel you over a dirty meme in the Echo Meme Discord channel? Yeah, those are the ones I'm talking about. One of the girls that sort of got offended by that meme started talking shit about how I'm a misogynist in streams and I say hateful things about women in streams and I'm an actual rape apologist in stream. Like, she literally told Patty Matson because someone commented on one of Patty Matson's tweets saying, have you watched an Akolon video before? You absolutely have to watch Akko. He's so good, and I think he would also love to have you on his podcast. And Patty said, I don't know who that is, which is fine. She doesn't know who I am, right? And then this girl started fucking going off on how I'm not an amazing streamer. I'm a misogynist. I say hateful things about women all the time, and I'm a rape apologist. Like, I don't think we've ever had a conversation about rape on the fucking channel. As a female, I can safely say, what the fuck? As females don't claim her? No. That's another thing that sort of bothers me. And maybe I am going to offend a lot of people here, so if you do take offense, that's your problem. But the whole thing of sticking together, I've never understood that. Like the entire thing of girls feeling proud when other girls do things. It's like, you didn't do shit. That girl did a lot of good things. Fucking well done to her. Yeah, let's do this. Like when they announced that there's the first female is going to space, and you had all these girls tweeting about how empowering that is and how proud they are to be women. It's like, what are you proud of? You did fuck all. You're sitting on your couch being fucking lazy and being proud of someone who did the hard work, right? Be proud of her. Yes, she deserves that praise. You deserve fuck all. You shouldn't be proud. You didn't do anything. In fact, the world would probably be better off without you, because you're not achieving anything. You're just on Twitter all day telling people how much they fucking suck. People don't get offended by something online? No way. Chiyataku, how you doing, bro? Guess you wasn't watching this channel? No. Look, these are people that I call them professional offensive, offenders. They're professional offenders. They take offense from everything. It's all they do. They don't give offense. Well, they do actually offend a lot of people. But when they do it, it's just educating. Which, of course, that pisses me off more than anything. The whole, I'm educating you. No, you're not educating me. You're being a dickbag. Your job is not to educate me. I am more intelligent than you. Why would I need education from a stupid cunt? Makes no sense. Most of the time, the ones complaining are jealous and hate themselves to take it out on people like you who have the attention they want. I agree with that, Tabby. I mean, they came after me trying to cancel me, and they were all over their, what's the fucking thing called? Tumblr, I think. It's called Tumblr, right? They were all up in Tumblr writing articles and posts about how I'm not supposed to be a fucking content creator. No one should watch me. And my channel actually grew because of it, so thank you, I suppose. I just call it empathy. If someone does something worthy of accomplishment, nothing wrong with feeling proud of them. Ron, feeling proud of them, this is exactly what I said, right? You should be proud of them for their accomplishment, because it is her accomplishment. It's not an accomplishment for women folk worldwide. It means nothing for women folk worldwide. It means a lot for that girl. One of the reasons I take so much issue with it is because you are basically taking away her accomplishment by saying the only reason she has this is because she's a woman, which I reject wholly, right? I reject it wholly. Don't be proud of being a woman because some woman did something. Be proud of the girl that did the thing, because that girl did something amazing. But that doesn't by default, that doesn't by connection, just because you share a fucking gender, mean that you should now be proud of you. You didn't do anything. Go to space and then you can be proud of you. Taking away from accomplishments and being proud of her. Are you listening to anything I'm saying, Ron? Or are you literally just waiting to respond? Because I'm genuinely sitting here thinking you are trying to wait for your turn to respond, but not listening to a word I'm saying. I literally, what was my words just now, chat? Like, just fucking now. Be proud of the person that achieved whatever the fuck they achieved, but do not think that their achievement has anything to do with you. That's literally what I just said. You can be proud of the person that is doing something amazing, like the lady going to space. Fucking well done. Well done to that lady. I'm not even jealous of her because I don't want to go to space. I have no intention of going to space. But you cannot then think that that lady's achievement has anything to do with you. That would be the equivalent of me going, did you guys see Conor McGregor knock out that other guy in the fucking cage? I'm so proud to be a man. I didn't knock out the guy in the fucking cage. How can I be proud of being a fucking man if I didn't do shit. I just sat with my fat ass in front of the PC watching Conor McGregor knock out another fucking guy. I didn't do shit here. That's the point. I'm not mad at all, Ron Deasy. Believe me, if I was mad, you'd be banned already. I don't get mad at people on stream. If you say something that I really think is fucked up, I'll just ban you. It's not hard. It's literally as easy as going, mods, ban him. And then you disappear from the channel forever and I don't have to worry about it. I'm literally telling you that you are not listening to a word I'm saying and then making shit up. Like, you are literally making stuff up Even though the thing that you say I said, I didn't say. I literally said the other thing. Trying to catch up with the convo. You didn't do anything, Ron. No, you didn't ask to clarify. You immediately came out with an accusation, saying that they should be proud of her. And then I clarified, because I immediately knew you came in at the end and you probably didn't hear everything that I was saying. So I legit said, you should be proud of the girl, right? The person, or not even the girl. You should be proud of the person that does a good thing, right? They deserve that praise. They deserve what they got. That's good. But you cannot feel proud because you share a gender with the person. That means nothing. So you were lucky enough to be born a girl. You're not going to space. Like, I will be very proud of you if you go to space and you're a girl, right? I will be proud of a guy going to space because that's a huge fucking achievement, going to space. Not one I want to do. I wouldn't be able to play games up there, and that would be fucking miserable. But still, you want to go waste your time in space? By all means, I'm proud of you. Do your best. But you can't feel as if you personally have also now contributed to the world because you are also the same gender as the person that just achieved something. That's not how this works. You just asked who shares the pride with him. I was wondering if you all were talking about someone. No. Ron wasn't talking about someone specific. No. Well, sort of talking about someone specific, but actually talking about a group of people specific, right? So whenever it was announced that the first girl was going to space, you had a lot of girls, not everyone, a lot of girls coming out and sort of, they were talking about how proud they were of themselves, you know, and how much this means for womankind. And I'm like, it actually doesn't mean anything for womankind. It means a lot to that girl. She's going to fucking space. But you, as a girl, have not yet achieved shit. If you want to go to space, go out there and fucking work your ass off and go to space. And then we'll all be proud of you for going to space. But you can't say, I am proud of myself when you didn't do shit. You literally just were lucky enough to be one of the 50% of people on the earth being born as female. Can we say more? We put women in space. Did you? Sorry. Well, being proud of womankind and yourself is two different things. Those feelings aren't mutually exclusive. The woman that I'm referencing, it is very much mutually exclusive. They take the accomplishments of others as if those accomplishments are for themselves, which is that's why I said, okay, let's remove the sort of emotional response that people may or may not be having to this, and let's go to males. If a man discovers the cure for aging, right? Let's imagine there's a male scientist and he discovers the cure for aging. Are we, as men, gonna feel proud of being men because a man discovered the cure for aging? Should we, as men, then feel very much proud of the fact that we are men? Should we go to Twitter and say, oh my god, this just proves how good men are? And men are superior, again, actually referencing specific tweets. We can be proud as humans that humanity is now being pushed forward. But I can't be proud on behalf of that guy's accomplishments. It's his accomplishments. I didn't do shit, right? I'm just going to benefit from his accomplishment, but I myself didn't do anything for this accomplishment. It had nothing to do with me, right? That's sort of what I'm talking about. These women feel like they should share in the accomplishment versus just being proud of the person. What Natalie just said there, Ron, is exactly the point I'm making. Ron, it's not about following weird people. It's sort of just being involved on Twitter, being involved on YouTube. I see a lot of this shit happen, and most of the time I bite my tongue, right? I don't get involved in politics. I don't get involved in sort of social issues, if you will. Unless, of course, it sort of pertains to the game, right? If it has something to do with the game, I'll talk about it. On Twitch, we are a little bit more open-minded about sort of political discussions, financial discussions, things like that. I'm more willing to have conversations to a point, right? So let's say, for example, you and I kept arguing for the next 10 minutes about this thing. That's where I would have told you, bro, how about we take it to Discord, right? After the stream, meet me in Discord. Let's have a discussion. Let's talk this out, because I would... So the reason I don't talk about politics all the time, and the reason I don't go into politics too much, is because I don't think it's fair that I have the mic and all you have is chat. So I can basically say whatever the fuck I want, and you are slowed by your ability to respond. I would rather then go into Discord where both of us can have a conversation that you give, I take, I give, you take, and we can resolve it that way. So I try not to do too much politics. I'll go into like simple things like fuck the system, because I think everyone agrees with that. I don't think anyone is looking at the political systems of the world and going, man, we did a great job here. I'm scared of putting this 2-year-old Irish Dream vape juice in my mod. Why, sweet? You know, like I said, on Twitch, we are a little bit more liberal with the political discussions, but also to a point. I mean, you guys have been here where I've told someone I'm not willing to continue the conversation. It's probably not good to vape. I mean, can vape juice actually go off? I don't think it can. Let's see here. I don't think there is like a limited amount of time that a vape juice can exist. Nah, I think you can fucking smoke it. There's no like best before date anywhere on this thing. So nah, fucking smoke it, bro. Blaze it. It's mainstream culture that folks take credit for others' achievements. Ever been to a professional sport? The team won. Fans always say we won. True. But when it comes to, I do have to say though, and that's probably one of the reasons I believe this is actually, Baltazar, so dangerous. Sports is inherently tribal. I mean, to be fair, sports is how we wage war these days. There's no difference between sports and war. Human beings evolved as warring clans, right? We pretty much for all of our existence, we've been tribal, right? And we've been enemies with anyone that isn't us, right? Now, parasocial relationships is a whole different discussion, Ron, because you are right. It gets into it gets to the heart of the issue, right? But in terms of sports, it is inherently tribal. But our genders should not be tribal. Our sexualities should not be tribal. We should not be literally known only by the group that we are somehow a part of. We should be known as the individual that we are. Sports don't have that because it's war. It's us versus them, right? And it sort of helps. There's a good reason why wars have been on a decline in recent years. Like for the last 100 years, wars have been dying. We have fewer wars now in the world than ever before in the history of mankind. So war is on the decline, and I think sports have something to do with that. We get to exercise that tribal sort of aggressive nature of ours when we watch sports. And it allows us to go, well, you know, war is not good. We don't want to do this. We're okay with sports. Some people struggle so hard to be a part of something, they will grasp onto anything. True, Ron? Sathix, fuck you. Fuck you. Tom Brady is a god. You know it. Everyone knows it. When we won the Super Bowl... I don't even give a shit. I just enjoy Tom Brady, and I really fucking like the Buccaneers. But no, tribalism is something, but parasocial relationships, that is very interesting. And it's something that you see a lot with YouTubers. It's something that you see a lot with Twitch streamers, and then obviously something that you see with... Actually, I would say you see that far less with, like, real celebrities. Right? I don't see e-celebrities as actual celebrities. Them first three they stole. Never really enjoyed sports. NFL is a lot of fun to watch. But it's something that you see quite a lot, and it is a phenomena that I think is sort of by accident, especially for streamers. It happens by accident, right? I don't think you even realize that it happens. It just happens. Never watched it because we hardly can get it here. Flanoinkies, I found an online place where I can watch it. Like, the NFL is also not really available in my country, but I love watching the NFL. Steel curtain, baby. Wait, Steelers? Apocalypse? I'd rather watch Manchester United have a 1-1 match against Manchester City than sit and look at Tom Brady's cheating butt. He didn't cheat. Oh my god, are you actually talking about Deflategate? Our accomplishments, comrade. Fight the system, Ron. Fuck the Steelers, bro. The Steelers are completely useless, as it used to be, due to safety regulations. So I just want to say Deflategate is not true. It is literally not true. Tom Brady 100% did not fucking cheat. There's a great site for streaming sports. It's Big Tiger. Please message me on Discord. Saints. All right, so who's your team? Which team do you support? I wanna get everyone in chat. If you have, it doesn't matter what the sports team is. Say the team that you support and tell me what sport they're in. Steelers and Spain champ. Eagles, 49ers, Eagles, baby. My hometown is the Kansas City Chiefs. They're pretty cool. I can't get into basketball. I've tried watching basketball. It's very difficult. AC Milan. AC Milan is a pretty good football team. My team, coach surfing. NFL, New York Giants, Denver Broncos, Detroit Lions, Decades of Depression. RCD Espanol. Super Bowl champion, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Iron Wombat, love you, bro. Saint NFL, Rockets, NBA, Arkansas Razorbacks, all college sports. Oh, good lord. The second half of that game, Tom went off. The ball was properly inflated. Arnold. Okay, so there is actually scientists that showed how this worked, right? There is actually scientists that showed exactly how this works. It is hotter inside the locker rooms than what it was on the field. So air pressure would have automatically been different in the locker room than what it would have been on the field. So it's clearly not Tom Brady. He didn't cheat. He didn't fucking do this. At least based on all of the evidence that I've seen. Miami Dolphins NFL, Washington Cap NHL. You see, I don't watch like the fucking skating thing. Hockey, ice hockey. I don't watch ice hockey. Who's your favorite tennis player for the Doinkies? Never recorded PSI on all footballs multiple times a game for a year after Deflategate and refused to release the data. I'm a big Brady fan. Brady is fucking amazing. Brady is the god. He is the GOAT. And no one can deny it. That man won so many Super Bowls with the New England Patriots. Then goes to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and wins again. No one can deny that that man is the GOAT. Brady is the GOAT, but I hate him. Canadians don't have a choice. We are born with hockey sticks. You see, the reason I hate hockey or ice hockey is you can never see the puck. It's a mess. The game is a complete fucking mess. Nothing makes sense there. They're going back and forth. There doesn't seem to be any fucking rules of any kind. The only rule that seemingly is there is if you punch someone, you have to go into the cage for 2 minutes. Or the box, or whatever the fuck they call it. But there's no rules. There's just hit the fucking the puck around a bunch of times. Fuck the puck. I watch for the fights. Hockey doesn't translate well to TV. I mean, I wouldn't be able to watch ice hockey in real life here. I don't think there is anyone that plays it. But NFL is the biggest sport in the US, right? By a mile, I think. Roger Federer, Pete Sampras, my man. Flanoinkies 100% agree with you there. I'm a huge Roger Federer fan, and I was a huge Pete Sampras fan. Baseball? How many people here watch baseball? By far the most boring game in the world. Serena Williams is good as well. For a female tennis player, she is very good. I don't like female tennis all that much, just because it's a bit slower. Or at least it feels a little bit slower. No. Frederick can't say goal. My man. I have to say my man, because you're supporting two of my favorite men. So I can't say that my goal, that has a different meaning. If I said my goal, that could, sort of signal romantic involvement. But my man, that's just saying, yeah, exactly. Are also the most overpaid people in the world. My ma'am? Yeah, you could probably go, my ma'am. Good thing about hockey is the players' teams can enforce their own set of rules through big heads and fights outside of what the refs and sports rules do. I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing, though. Is that a good thing? Baseball is boring. Baseball is worse than cricket, and cricket is pretty fucking boring. Could also be sexual, BDSM. Could be, yes. Although my goal isn't really a sexual thing. Princess, probably. The word that I hate most, daddy. Definitely. Even sir can probably be seen as somewhat BDSM-y. But I don't know if girl or... Yeah, girl would probably not be a BDSM thing. Mistress would be. An opinion's good and not has 91 viewers, and Daft wanna be girl just stares at the camera. She doesn't understand people who work has 3.2k viewers. This world is going to trash. CNO, she's a girl. She's got better, not bigger boobs than me, but better boobs than me. So, what can you do? As someone from the deep south of the US, I will fight till I die for ma'am to be a non-sexual term. Ma'am is definitely not a sexual term. So miss, for example, usually whenever I'm talking to a girl whose name I do not know, I will call her miss. Right? Ma'am is just like a very upper class way of saying miss, I suppose. Drink overpriced beer. Have you heard of Brave Browser? Meantime, yes, I use Brave Browser. Otherwise, my childhood is way different. Miss ma'am, not sexual. I mean, to be fair though, you were actually calling your teachers that, and every boy in his teenage years has one teacher that they crush on. Every boy. I don't know, was that the same for girls? Did you girls have a male teacher that you crushed on? Let's get this in chat. Who was the teacher that you crushed on? Who was the teacher that you crushed on in school? Anything sexual if you try hard enough? Truth. My art teacher, she was smoking hot. I didn't. Would have smashed. Not only boys. Mine was my math teacher. She wasn't my math teacher from the beginning, but when I got into secondary school, so into high school, you're 14 years old, and this fucking teacher, bro, she was shit hot, and she knew it. So at first we sort of so I didn't get the first few years of high school, I didn't get any classes from her, but then the last 2 years she taught like our equivalent of A levels, right? And she knew that the guys were watching her. She knew it, bro. The way she acted, like whenever she came over to sort of check out your work, her blouse would be like a little bit open, and every boy in the fucking class, dude, would be sitting like this. Like every boy stops working as soon as he helps someone. Just sort of looking, waiting. Fucking teenage boys, dude. Giovanni, really? Teachers always know? English teacher, middle school. Social studies, she was pregnant every year. Jesus. I bet they were fucking well behaved though. High school, I think second year. Can't remember what he was teaching. Oh, it's hot in here. I need to unbutton my blouse. Bro, you're joking? One of my friends, so when we finished high school, right, we had this sort of massive party at the end of it before everyone goes on spring break, or what we call our matric vacation, which is literally the vacation that all pupils who now finish school sort of go on to be. It's like one final last hurrah before you go into the real adult world, either to study or to work, whatever. But we have this massive end of year party. It's a dance and everything. And one of my best friends in high school actually managed to bag the fucking teacher, the math teacher, that night. They couldn't have sex before he left school. So as soon as he was done with school, they went off and went to go do, well, the naughty. Bro, every single one of us were fucking livid that it wasn't us. Oh yeah, in fact, it came up in the staff room because they talk about teachers in the class thinking some of the younger English staff don't understand them teaching in China. So we always knew, and sometimes the female students will tell us if a male student found us fit. Fucking girls, dude. Always have to run to the teacher. My biology teacher was hot, but when I found out her husband drove a 3000 GT VR4, I knew I had no chance. Fuck, are you Amish? Who? I mean, teachers are hot, bro. Like, when you have, like, there's just something about a teacher, especially when you're younger, where you can't help yourself. I would like to know if there's ever been, like, how many teachers actually have crushes on some of their students. First ever college teacher that taught history, and when I was 21, she was 28, and we met at a bar and hooked up. Ron fucking nice. My art teacher was really hot. Most of the girls in my taekwondo class fancied the instructor. We were heartbroken when he found a gorgeous girlfriend. Of course. That makes sense. Apocalypse, what am I watching? Is it safe to watch on stream? In high school, who was only 6 years older than us, still friends? Did you ever go home with her? All right. So we're watching a highlight here.
Spent 7 years as an assistant under his brother in Tampa Bay. And it's Andrew Hawkins with Troy Polamalu over there defensively.
Put in for Ferrier, 3rd down and 2. Here comes Worlds. Oh, he's picked off by Troy Polamalu.
I don't think... Isn't this copyrighted? I'm pretty sure the NFL pretty much copyrights everything. Did you mean fired for sleeping with students where I went to school? One only this last year. Sports teachers are just dodgy. Well, you know what they say, right? Those who can't do, teach. And those who can't teach gym. My brother, who's also a teacher, told me that. I married a teacher from my high school. She started teaching after I graduated, though. Satix, that doesn't count. It would only count if she was your teacher when you were still in school. Don't mind the highlights. It's the full game they crack on because of advertisers. I know. I was a middle and high school wrestling coach. I worked tech though. Steve, like I said, it's just a joke that my brother is also a teacher, and he came to me and he said, "You do know the saying of those who can't do teach." And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "And what do those do that can't teach?" And I said, "I don't fucking know." And he's like, "They teach gym." Brian Dawkins is a bigger hitter than Polamalu. Bro, all you need is some Tom Brady highlights to get your life in order. It will go under fair use if you don't watch much more. We talked about it earlier on stream.
Did he stay in bounds? Yes, he did.
I like big hits.
It's Palomalu takes advantage of.
No, you're just showing me Palomalu's bullshit. What I want is big hits. I don't care who this Palomalu is. He's not Tom Brady. Not a huge fan of the NFL. There was this one guy that I think he was called the Beast of the Machine or something. Should watch some of the Brian Dawkins then. He had some of the biggest hits. The shampoo commercials. When are we having the philosophical discussion? We can actually do it now. We can actually do it now. I was actually completely forgetting about it for a while. Wait, before we do that, I want to watch this gameplay first, and then we can do that. But someone asked me right at the beginning of the stream to watch this, and I haven't still.
So, what is Biomutant in a nutshell? Biomutant is an open-world, post-apocalyptic kung fu fable. Basically, in terms of structure, it's like Zelda Breath of the Wild, I guess. But the feedback that we've been getting over the years, it's that it's kind of a strange, weird, good mix between Ratchet and Clank, Devil May Cry, Batman Arkham, yeah, and a couple of other influences. So it's truly an open-world game, 8x8.
Was that some fucking like Matrix shit that he was doing there in the beginning?
Kilometers filled with a lot of weird events and fun things to find. I think the primary thing that we worked a lot with is the control that the player have over the character customization. We have the possibility for the player, to set the attributes, and in Biomutant, that's tightly connected or integrated with the way that the character looks. But the player is like
I don't like this as much
to morph their own breed. We call it a breed, but
I like playing humans in games or something humanoid. Playing a rodent, not necessarily my type of game.
If you will, and eventually, people have a lot of assumptions on what kind of animal this is, but for me, and I guess the team, we have allowed the player to make what I call, more like a Muppet.
A Muppet? Fuck me. Okay.
And with character customization, it goes all the way down to crafting bits onto your clothes or hats or pants or whatnot.
Yeah, of course.
I guess the most important thing is the arsenal or the weapons. I mean, it's an action role-playing game, right? So we're focusing on the action parts of, the role-playing aspect. Each part that you can find for weapons and gear also comes with like a material, a quality aspect, so they can be more damaged or of a higher quality material. Just mentioning that you don't have to repair, but you can actually upgrade things that are broken, but they will never diminish in terms of their material qualities, like in Zelda, for example. We don't do that.
Okay.
In the game, you have 6 different tribes, so they're all composed of, a leader, a Sifu, if you will, that have mastered a specific Wang Fu combat style and trained his disciples in that. So these tribes are now in conflict. Basically, there are 3 tribes that have what we call a light aura. So basically a good karma, if you will, if you want to paint it black and white. And there are 3 tribes that have like a dark
the graphics looks
aura.
amazing.
Eventually, at the start of the game, you will find that you have to choose an ally. So one of these 6 tribes. As you move along or go further into the game, you're free at any time to change your allegiance. But at the start of the game, you choose one of these 2 tribes. And basically, at that point, the state of the world is represented by a huge tree that's at the heart of the 8x8 kilometer open world. So it's a representation of
the tree of
the
life,
world either going under or the world surviving. So this is all tied to the tree of life.
Some massive roots the tree of life has there.
A light or a tribe, they want to save the world, so make sure that the tree survives.
No.
And also then uniting the other tribes, whilst allying with Dark or a tribe would mean the opposite.
Yes!
They believe that the only way that you can move forward is to make sure there's kind of a cleansing, I guess. So making sure that everything that's bad in the world kind of goes under, so you have a rebirth and start anew, if that makes sense. So you're very free to make this choice, but also bear in mind that that will affect the ending of the game.
Okay.
Obviously, game being called Biomutant has to have some form of mutations slash abilities, right? There's quite a wide range of them. Primarily, we have the Biomutations, so those are kind of more physical abilities, if you will. For example,
I like the
mushroom in front
abilities.
of you. That has multiple uses. If I just use that one as an example in terms of creative freedom for you as a player, combining this jumping up on the mushroom with, let's say, just electricity shooting out from your fingers, like the Emperor in Star Wars, or once the character is airborne, like your enemy, just going up there, unleashing some other kind of strange abilities. I don't want to go into all of them.
This looks cool, actually.
But the other aspect is the Psi Mutations. So those are more like your, X-Men style abilities, if you will. Like, for example, Levitate, which again can give you both exploration opportunities, but also then you can use it in combat in conjunction with other abilities, and obviously ranged combat, so that will give you an advantage, I guess. You're wanting to keep on exploring the world because you're wondering what's going to be, around the next corner. And I guess the hope that we have as a group, as a team, is that that's going to be the unifying factor in terms of people playing the game and giving us feedback.
What's the story
it's notable
like?
That the game has a soul or a vibe that is a little bit unique and special.
You see, my issue with open world games, genuinely or generally speaking, is their stories tend to be bland. Like, the story is sort of this, it's tied to the exploration, and you can sort of get the story in a myriad of different ways. Sometimes the story does not follow a linear path, and so you can find things out before you're supposed to find them out, but then once you found them out, now the first dialogues will not change. I'm not a huge fan of open world games because of that, because I care about the story, and most games fuck it up.
That's my highest hope for the game, I guess.
Does look fucking gorgeous. It looks really good. Do you get Amazon Prime Video where you are? Have you watched Invincible? I could probably get Amazon Prime, but I have not watched Invincible. What's that about? Is there a housing system? Probably not. Probably not. But what's Invincible about? Sure, they are at least thinking about having lore in game. Animated boys, less politics, more super pharaohs. Best way I can describe it. Wait, it's animated. Not really my thing. It's anime. Awesome your cartoon show with shocking bits you'd like. Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's an animation. It's anime. See, I don't watch animation movies. Not even Western ones. I don't like animation movies. I prefer real people in my movies. Like original Spider-Man or so. First season just dropped. I haven't even been able to get through The Boys, to be quite honest with you. Everyone keeps going on and on about The Boys. I'm struggling to fucking get that, to feel good about that show. Mike Mullen, how you doing, bro? But okay, are you guys ready for the philosophical discussion? For adults, it's an adult animated show. Music, atmosphere, all kind of stuff. I don't like The Boys. I like them for different reasons. But if you don't like animation, though, tough to get around that barrier. True. I don't know why. I just don't find myself often feeling connected to animated characters. I find it very difficult to sit down and actually feel like Rick and Morty. Again, not something I watch. I have watched it. Everyone keeps going crazy about how good it is. I watched, I think, 2 seasons, and after 2 seasons, I was like, it's alright, I suppose. Not great, but it's alright. But alright, so let's get into tonight's discussion. The reason we're live, the reason I went live, the disconnect within the World of Warcraft player base. It's something that I've seen very specifically pop its head out every single time there's some kind of disagreement between some of the players and Blizzard. There's this chasm that seemingly just keeps growing bigger and bigger. And I think all of you know inherently what I'm talking about when I say this. You have Group A, the first group. These are people that genuinely do not criticize Blizzard for almost anything. They will come up with reasons for why certain things exist and why they're okay with certain things. And then you have Group B. These are the people that is very negative on Blizzard. Now, within those groups, you have different sort of, I guess you could say, scales, right? You can have on the side of people that genuinely does not criticize Blizzard, you can have people that is complete shills. Right? So they will actively defend anything Blizzard does to ensure that nothing evil or bad is ever said about Blizzard. These would be the Blizzard defenders, if you will. They believe that Blizzard is poor and bad and it's not going well, and Blizzard should be forgiven for all of their trespassing. This is not the group that I'm talking about, right? Those people, I have not much that I can say about them. I don't want to say anything against them either, because I don't think they're making it up. I don't think they're pretending that they love the game. I think they genuinely do love the game. And then you have, on the side of the people that's negative, you have the negative Nellies, the people that just hate everything Blizzard puts out. In my comment section, these would be people that criticize, that literally comment just to criticize Blizzard for whatever thing, right? So it can be a lore video and they'll say the lore is shit. It's a gameplay video, the gameplay is shit. No matter what it is, the game is just shit at all times. There's no redeeming qualities, nothing you can do about it, right? The game is just shit. Again, not really talking to this group because you can't really change their minds. I'm talking about the 2 mainstream groups. The people that find issue with certain things that Blizzard is doing, the people that point out the issues that they have, and the people that sort of is okay with it. Now, if we do not address this fundamental issue, if we do not talk about what is fundamentally going on between these groups, I do not see us arriving, if arriving is even the right word, but I do not see us ever arriving at a place where we can sort of work together to try and fix the things that isn't right. So I want to start off with the first misconceptions that both of these groups have. The negative side, the side that perhaps you can say people like Asmongold, people like Balila, even people like me, people that is more on the negative side, which we like certain things in the game very much, but we do think that some things in the game just suck and Blizzard should fix those things because those things aren't fun for us. We look oftentimes at this group that refuses to say anything bad about Blizzard, and we believe that their intentions are evil, right? The reason they're doing it is just because they want to defend Blizzard. They don't know what the fuck is going on. We believe the worst of them. These are people that don't play any other games. They're people that doesn't know what is a good game, and we blame this group quite often for the fact that the game is in the state that it's in. Because rather than forcing Blizzard to fix it, this group empowers Blizzard to keep making the shit that they're making. But then you have this group, the group that doesn't say anything bad about Blizzard ever, believing things about the negative side that is also not quite true. They will, for example, and I hear this quite often whenever I make a video that is even slightly negative towards Blizzard Entertainment, the first thing I'll get, like within the first 50 comments, there will be 1 or 2 comments going, oh my god, it's just the meta again. Every YouTuber is now just looking for clicks. as if there isn't legitimate criticisms that we can have. Now, this is where I sort of want to talk first to the group that never says anything bad about Blizzard. And I really think this group needs to do some introspection, because there's things that have changed considerably and they themselves are not even realizing that these things have changed. I'll give you an example. Have any of you paid attention to how people defend Blizzard? Very rarely, there is some, but very rarely will I get the defense that this is good. So, for example, if we're talking about world quests, I will 99% of the time not hear someone saying world quests are amazing. I'll hear them say, world quests doesn't bother me. What are you talking about? Sitting on my bed, staring at the wall, doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't do anything actively negative towards me. It's not fun, though. I'm not having fun sitting on my bed, staring at the wall. But it doesn't bother me. You see, that's the first, and we can go through multiple examples of this, where people will go, Torghast doesn't bother me. You do realize that you're playing a game that you actively paid for. The whole purpose of a game is to be fun. If you're not having fun in a game, then why are you playing the game? Because this is the equivalent to real life. There are lots of people that do not mind their jobs. They don't love their jobs. They just don't mind their jobs. This is not the same thing. You are getting paid to go to the job that you don't mind. You are not paying for the privilege to go to the job that you don't mind. Then, of course, you have people like myself that's lucky enough. I have a job that I actively love doing, but this is rare. Right? And I actually pay to do this job. Yes, I do get paid, but there's also a lot of money that I put into this job to actually get the maximum out of it, to keep doing this job, right? So why do I think this is such a big issue? Why do I believe that this disconnect is the reason the player base is constantly at each other's throats? Why do I think that this is actually bad for the game in general? Because Blizzard have now seemingly learned how to convince a big group of the player base that the game doesn't have to be fun at all times. There can be unfun things in the game for you to do. There can be things that you don't mind, and that is okay. So I'll hear this quite often. People saying, well, I don't mind world quests at all. I do them so that I can get gear so that I can go farm old mounts. Are you talking about a game or a job? Because a lot of people do jobs that they don't mind so they can get money and go buy shit. But the game is not supposed to be a job. The game is a game. So basically what these people have done is they've told Blizzard, we will keep playing, right? Even if your things are not fun. Now, what this group needs to understand is that the other group, the other side of this group, they've just reached the point where they no longer think that it's fine. They think it's shit because they feel taken advantage of. Which Blizzard is doing, by the way. Who here in chat doesn't feel a little bit taken advantage of by Blizzard? After so many expansions that the same shit keeps happening. Anyone in chat that doesn't feel a little bit taken advantage of? Trying to bridge the gap? Or what's the end point here? Ron, it is trying to explain the gap. I don't think we can bridge it, because I do think there are people that just, they are beyond saving at this point. I do believe that there are people that, even if I made the most well thought out, rational, logical explanation, they would just be like, no, fuck you. Don't care. Feel taken advantage of. It's a personal level, not as a player. Natalie, I can understand that, but your history with the game is also very different. Pumanki, how you doing? How was work, or did you just wake up? We're talking about the bridge, the philosophical fundamental difference that is, or chasm that exists between the World of Warcraft player base. What the, for lack of a better word, what the eternal shills of Blizzard need to understand, and I'm not using that as an insult. It's just easier than saying, you know, the group that never says anything bad about Blizzard. And the eternal negative Nellies of World of Warcraft needs to understand is that a game should never just be fine. It should never just be okay. You should never be okay with a game that provides you content that you don't mind. That's not the fucking job of a game. That's the job of life. Life will give you a bunch of things. Another example here. I don't mind shopping. I don't hate shopping. I don't love shopping. If you drag me to go shopping, I will probably go reluctantly. I will not hate it wholly, but I will not be having fun doing it. I will also not pay to go shopping. When it comes to a video game like World of Warcraft, what I am paying for is fun. Content like the new World Quest 2.0, content like Torghast as it exists currently, is not what I paid for. Evelyn, how you doing? The content take advantage of players' nostalgia and genuine hope, love that they will get it together and make it better again. I agree. This is why the negative Nellies exist. People like myself. So I'm including myself in that argument. We exist because we no longer feel as if Blizzard has any intention of actually making a good game. It seems as if Blizzard have almost surrendered themselves to the idea that all they can really do is make things that is okay. So, a good example of this, going on to WoWhead right now, yeah? We have Blizzard now offering a new Mythic Plus Keystone switch. You can do it once, where you can exchange your current Keystone for a different Keystone. Here we go. Mythic Plus Keystone Exchange, coming in 9.1. So let me show you guys this. Alright, in patch 9.1, Blizzard announced a one-time exchange of your Mythic Plus Keystone after completing a Mythic Plus dungeon that is at or above the level of your current Keystone. Tissup will appear after the completion of a Mythic Plus dungeon to offer this new exchange. It is to be found in the Hall of Holding, and Oribos will offer a Keystone to players that don't have a Keystone and have at least completed one Shadowlands dungeon on Mythic Plus difficulty. I don't know how can you not have a Mythic Keystone if you haven't completed. Anyways, that's probably for the first week if you've missed it. This is a good change. This is a good change. However, the reason this change exists is because Blizzard's inability to balance their dungeons across all of the different affixes that exist every single week. Bishop, thank you for the follow, dude. Really fucking appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The fact of the matter is, if every dungeon was designed to be maximally enjoyed by every single player, would Blizzard need to offer the ability to change your keystones around? That aim for specific dungeons? But that's the thing. I mean, it's a completely random thing. Based on what I've read, it's completely random. So you can't really aim at which key you want. You can simply exchange it and get another one. But you're not going to be able to ever... how can I put it? You're not going to be able to target which ones you want. So this is going to give you a better chance of maybe getting a different one at the end of every single Mythic Plus. Now, I just want to be clear. I'm not criticizing this feature. I'm not saying that this feature should not exist. But to me, so often it feels as if features are introduced and announced in the game only because of the problems that Blizzard have created for themselves. Torghast, for example. Those of you that weren't aware, myself and Apocalypse were speaking about this yesterday. It was just announced that Torghast's Soul Ash is going to be increased by like 82.5%. Soul Ash and Torghast. This is a problem that is completely and fucking utterly created by Blizzard. Now look at this. This is another problem that Blizzard so fundamentally fucking creates and then has to fix the problem. You will now gain energy, conduit energy, whenever you increase your renown. Blizzard, what the fuck? If you have to design so many things just to make the system get to a point where the vast majority of people aren't complaining about it, just remove the fucking system. For the love of God, remove your fucking system. This is literally the equivalent of driving a car that breaks down every 2 fucking miles, right? And you just keep complaining and keep making fixes, but the car just never gets fixed, and you just never change the car. At some point, you have to realize that I am the master of my own misery. Why is Blizzard so intent, so desperate to keep their idea alive? This is what I said yesterday. The problem within World of Warcraft right now is developer ego. The developers, someone within Blizzard, has such a huge ego that they refuse to listen to the player. To their mind, their systems work. To their mind, their system is fine. The players just don't understand how to engage with the system. And the players keep saying, we don't like your fucking system. Remove your system, because the problem that you think your system will fix is not a problem that we as players have. And there is no defense for something like conduit energy. None, zero, zilch. The only people that is affected by conduit energy is the very people that would love it to get fucked off. The rest of the people that have no problem with conduit energy will not have a problem even if conduit energy did not exist. Does that make sense? Is everyone following what I'm saying here? Because from where I sit, the only people I hear going conduit energy is fine is the people that has never used all 10 of their conduit energies. They've never had to fucking use it. Because they wouldn't use it even if conduit energy wasn't a thing. Because guess what? The vast majority... If I was in a heroic guild and my raid leader told me that I have to switch my covenants for every single fight, I would tell him to go fuck himself. I'm sorry. You're a heroic raider, bro. You're not Method. If you were Method, I would be gladly joining you on every single run for your mythic fucking raids. Heroic can be done by a blind monkey. I'm not going to go change my fucking conduits every single fight. You're nuts. Right? If you are a world first guild or a guild that's pushing for world first, that's a different discussion. Because at that point, you have to change for every single boss, because sometimes the difference between killing a boss and wiping is 1%. You need 1% more DPS. Why are those players not allowed to have the freedom to do it? I'm okay with conduits. I don't care about mythic raiders always having problems. Zergle, that is a selfish thing to say though. Because you're okay with conduits because it literally doesn't affect you. And even if the conduit energy was removed, it would not affect you. But then you're sort of in a Schadenfreude kind of way, filled with glee when you watch Blizzard shit on the mythic raiders. When they pay just as much as you to play the game, by the way. In many cases, they pay more than you to play the game. So in some kind of Schadenfreude way, you're going, haha, this feels good. Yeah, shit on the fuckers. Why? What exactly do you gain out of that? Other than, of course, for a group of the World of Warcraft player base feeling very pissed off about something that they can't fucking fix. And something that shouldn't exist in the first place. So I'd love to know where this sort of glee comes from. Why must the Mythic Raiders be pissed on? They don't interfere with your game. They're not asking for the game to be interfered with you. And you're just literally making my point by saying, I don't mind conduit energy. You don't like it either. Funny enough, you are paying to play this game. Should you only be okay with things in a game that's meant to be fun, that's meant to be played for fun? Is that the level that we're holding Blizzard to now? Are we legitimately going, well, you know, it's fine, Blizzard, just make a fine game. You don't have to make a good game. We don't want to have too much fun, God knows. God forbid we have fun in the game. As long as I'm okay with most of the things that's implemented into the game, we good. It's not how games are supposed to fucking work. It's supposed to be fun from the start to finish. Fun. The renowned energy thing makes the conduit energy thing makes no sense. And then Blizzard realized the fact that this exists tells you that Blizzard fucking knows that the conduit energy system is scuffed. But instead of being man enough to say, well, we fucked up, we're sorry, we're removing it, what does Blizzard do? We'll come up with another fucking fix for the problem that we literally created. And at some point, one has to wonder, what's going on? Why do you keep creating these problems that you then have to fix? This is the equivalent of a fireman coming to your house and throwing a firebomb into your fucking living room, and then also selling the water that he's going to use to put out the fire. This is literally what Blizzard... They are the firemen setting fire to your fucking house and then going, will you pay us to put out the fire? No, but you set the fire. Why must I pay for you to put it out? Well, we're not going to put it out if you don't pay. Yeah, but I watched you set fire to this house. Yeah, but, you know, we need it to work. Why are players okay with this? Why is there a group of people in World of Warcraft that's okay with this level of fucking bullshit? I don't get it. If there's more good things than bad, I'll play. Easy. Blizzard figured that out and just doesn't care about things. But here's the thing that I think the Blizzard shills, and again, I'm not using this as a as an insult at all, but the Blizzard shills doesn't seem to understand their defense of the systems in World of Warcraft that is just okay means that the game gets worse over time. It means that the game gets worse every single expansion. Systems get worse every single expansion because they are telling Blizzard, we are okay with your okay game. Blizzard already gets distracted, giving their Mythic Plus and changes to make them happy. Let Blizz cater to the rest of the community sometime. But Poo Monkey, no one said the Blizzard shouldn't cater to the rest of the community. Band-Aid systems, instead of fixing the dam, they keep putting on a new Band-Aid, which causes new issues. Then they Band-Aid that issue and so on and so forth. Blizzard right now, the World of Warcraft right now literally is a game just patched up to fuck. It's that old car that is barely moving, that it just gets patched up, and then they install a new turbo on an engine that's basically falling apart, and then the turbo causes issues, but instead of fixing the turbo, they just scale down the turbo's power to the point where the turbo won't blow up the fucking engine. And then of course they add mufflers and I don't know what else you can fucking add to a car, but all of this shit just causes more problems with the car that they then have to come and fix because they keep adding things to a car that needs a complete overhaul. This is not a dev thing. Like maybe they are trying to work too far in advance so less devs can actively maintain what's current. Ron DZ, no. Not necessarily. I mean, it's possible, but we know that the entire WoW team currently is working on Shadowlands. Because Shadowlands is so far behind, they can't really afford to work on the next expansion yet in full force. No, this is Blizzard's developers believing in their own fixes even when the players push back. Even when the players say, no, we don't think we want this. Blizzard keeps moving forward because for some reason, I genuinely don't know why. And maybe I'm alone in this, so you guys can tell me if you agree or disagree. It feels like Ian and the team are so afraid of people playing the game the way that they did not intend the game to be played. That's the feeling I get. When Blizzard designs a new expansion, they have this image in their heads of how this expansion is going to be played. All the different things the players are going to do. They're going to sit on this pillow and talk to each other. Then they're going to make out there. And then, you know, every guy and girl knows this. When you meet someone amazing, right? When you meet someone amazing, you start planning your futures. Like, you're already married within the first 5 minutes of meeting this person, right? Because they're so amazing and they're so perfect. Nothing's ever going to go that way. This is what I feel whenever I look at World of Warcraft. The Blizzard developers have this idea in their heads of where the game is going to go. And then when the players don't do the things that they want them to do, they start putting up roadblocks. They start going, no, we don't actually, no, wait, what are you doing? Get back here. That's not how the game should be played. Why are you doing this thing? No, you should do world quests first. Well, I'm kind of good, so I can just jump straight into dungeons, I guess. No, we really want you to first do the world quest. So how about we put some kind of stop there to make sure that you can't go into the dungeons until you've done the world quests. Okay, now we have that stop fixed, but that stop is obviously going to create some problems. So we have to come up with a bunch of fixes to fix the stop so that people don't play the game that they want to play. Rather than just saying, here's your game, go nuts. If you want to create a pyramid in the middle of a populated city, you do that. Just don't come crying to me if that mummy lord eats your ass. They're being an overbearing DM, basically, instead of playing on a player's creative potential. Tabby, exactly that. To butcher a quote, it's more duct tape now than planned game, twisted and unenjoyable. I wouldn't say, this is where I think the shills have a point. The game is not wholly unenjoyable. There is a lot of things that I really enjoy in World of Warcraft, I'll be honest. I wouldn't have leveled as many characters as I have already if I didn't find certain aspects of the game really fun. The problem is that those aspects are few and far between, and to get to those aspects, I have to cross a river of shit. I keep crossing rivers that I don't want to cross because, well, that's to get to the fun stuff. Why is the river of shit there? Just remove that. Reminds me of all the people in the past that said, if you don't like the game, then quit. They're making the game as they want it to be because it is their game. Well, they can have their game if nobody plays it anymore. You see, the problem with that is, I get the gripe, I just don't think there's a huge fix to be done. I used to wrestle with this back in Legion and BFA. I never found an answer, so now I just play Arena, and if Arena isn't fun, I unsub. Ron, there is a fix for it. There is such an easy fix for it. Can anyone guess what the fix is? How will Blizzard fix this? Yeah, I promise you it's easy. It's not even listening. Although listening would go a fucking long way. This one in particular or overall? There's an overall fix for literally every issue that Blizzard have ever had. It's not even separating PvP and PvE, although that is a good move. No, but I don't think they have to move on. The fix is simple. Get out of your own way, Blizzard. That's it. Blizzard needs to get out of their own way. Blizzard is the biggest threat to World of Warcraft ever. There's no game that threatens World of Warcraft. It is just Blizzard. They keep coming up with overbearing fixes for problems that doesn't exist. And they do it because they are so afraid of people doing things that they did not plan for people to do. Why? Just get out of your own way, Blizzard. Basically, stop creating fixes for problems before players have even said it's a fucking problem. But Blizzard, they're trouble fixing the game to fuck. Like, legit. Blizzard is trouble fixing World of Warcraft at every single turn, trying to figure out what's the best possible way. Yeah, strawman fix is probably a bit, like, it's a bit of a more negative term, because strawman arguments is really bad, Jace. but I get exactly what you're saying. Adapt, improvise, overcome. I mean, it's the 5Ds, right? 5Ds of dodgeball. Literally, Blizzard needs to follow the 5Ds of dodgeball. I can't even remember what all 5 of them are. Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge, bro. So this is what Blizzard needs to do, 100%. If Blizzard sees something that they think is a potential problem, dodge it. Don't fix it. And then if a problem comes flying at your head, duck. Don't fix it. If you see something where you think, oh my god, this could actually be better if people didn't do this, this, and this, you dip, you dive, you dodge. This is literally what Blizzard needs to fucking do. Get out of your own way. Stop trying to fix the game when literally no one is complaining. And the best example we have of this is Torghast. The best example we have of this is Torghast. No one complained about Torghast on the alpha. Not a single fucking streamer I know of had a problem with the alpha Torghast experience. Everyone loved it. People were spending hours upon hours in there just enjoying the unlimited levels the Torghast offered and the pure godlike nature. There was a couple of complaints. Some people wanted the bosses to be a little bit harder, and some people wanted the mobs to scale up a little bit more. These are easy fixes, is it not? You could just add a linear scale to the mob so that it always remains interesting. The bosses, give them a few more mechanics, make it fun for people to actually partake in. What does Blizzard do? They invent a problem, and then they fix it. Then the player base goes, wait, what happened? I was just having fun in Torghast. Now I'm not having as much fun here. And Blizzard goes, yeah, we fixed it. You fixed the fun? You know who Blizzard is? I'm going to show you who Blizzard is, but I don't want you to see. I hope I can find it. But this is Blizzard. I'm trying to see her. My fucking hell. Monica? I can't remember exactly where this took place, but it's a Frames thing. Anyways, I can't find it now, but in Frames, right? There's this point where Monica is talking about how to have fun, and that fun must be controlled, right? So you should have fun in an ordered way. This is Blizzard right now. You fix because you don't want us to have fun playing the game? Exactly. Why give me a BM anima power or memory or conduit when I am MM and always have been? Why would you make me do this? No, not the Eric. No, this is Monica from Friends. But I genuinely can't remember where the fucking quote is. I can't remember where it happened. Oh yeah, this is it. This is the meme. If we follow the rules, it's more fun. Rules are good. Rules help control the fun. This is perfect. This is literally Blizzard in a fucking nutshell. There needs to be rules so that we can control the fun, because the rules help with that. Is Ferorius here? Please tell me Ferorius is here. I need him to superimpose that, but Ian has to be Monica. Look, at the end of the day, no one can predict where the game is going to go, right? I can't predict this. None of you can predict this. The game will go as the game goes. So Blizzard announced that they're taking a look at borrow power, and they might downscale borrow power. How many of you should all know this by now, right? I think we went through that interview together. So Blizzard announced that they are changing borrow power in the next expansion. They're cutting back because borrow power has gotten too bad. How many of you are hopeful that that will fix World of Warcraft? May have been all three, yes. Not even a major problem. Then borrow power will become boring power and people will keep complaining. And Jockey, not necessarily. Because we are talking about the level of complaints. Downscaling will make it even worse, but diminishing the feeling of progression. It's best to remove it entirely. It'll help, but not. But that won't fix it. If I borrow power, they mean systems. It's possible it may help. I predict people will complain because less to do or characters feel less powerful. I'm calling it now. Ron, there will always be people that complain. As I've already said, in this entire discussion, we are separating the absolute shoals and the absolute negative Nellies. They are separated. We're not talking about them because they will just be negative no matter what. I hope it's more than a band-aid. Here's why I'm not hopeful. Because I've not seen that the core philosophy for Blizzard has been questioned. I've seen no evidence that Ian and the gang understands why these things keep failing. Because it's one thing that they fail. That's not a problem. You're always going to have hit and miss things, right? Things are always going to be hit and miss. You are making a game for millions of people. Not everyone is going to like the stuff that you make. It's the fact that it doesn't seem as if Blizzard even understands why these things keep failing. Tempest, how you doing, bro? If you didn't have Covenant or Soulbind bonuses, would you really notice if they just covered that by a flat 5% power increase on the classes themselves and actually interesting trinkets coming back? So I personally think that you could do, instead of doing borrow power, you could do far more interesting gear pieces. It's actually one of the things that I'm not sure if this is going to work. I don't know how the gearing in Final Fantasy is going to work. But playing the game for some time now, about 8 hours, I've sort of thought to myself, because the gear right now is very boring. The early level gear is stupidly boring. You get like +1 strength, +1 agility. Like the gear seems to be very broad in that it covers almost everyone. Tatiana, how you doing? This is something I've envisioned for World of Warcraft for a very long time. Imagine if you had gear pieces, right? So say chest piece. And on your chest piece, one of the chest pieces that you could gather as a warlock, for example, increases the damage of your Chaos Bolt by 5% for 5 seconds after you hit Conflagrate, right? So if you hit Conflagrate for 5 seconds after that, your Chaos Bolt will deal 20% extra damage or 10% extra damage. You have another chase piece that when you wear that chase piece, it actually splits Chaos Bolt into 2 bolts. Now you have pants, for example, not Azerite power. Very different discussion because the Azerite power was fine, except for the fact that all of it was passive. None of it really affected your gameplay. It was just a thing that sort of fucking happened in the ether. But what Azerite power could have been if it was done correctly, without the neck, without the grind, this is just normal gear that drops from dungeons and raids. So you have gear pieces that work together and change your playstyle. So you have gear pieces that you could, for example, if you're a Destruction Warlock, right, that you have some cleave, but you don't have multiple target cleave, maybe you get a chest piece that increases your corruption damage. Because you have corruption available to you, but obviously as a Destruction Warlock, you don't use corruption. But now this increases your corruption damage. Then you have pants, and these pants actually allow for corruption to build embers, right? So suddenly your gear is changing your class. It's changing the way you approach it. You have multiple pieces of gear because different bosses are going to require different pieces of gear. And the gear is fun. It changes your gameplay. It changes the way in which you approach the game. It changes the way in which you approach fights. That's a borrow power system that will work. And it needs to be a system that actually goes beyond just a single expansion. So it's something that will just always exist. I would also love some sort of masterclass system like EQ did. Gillian, explain a little bit more. All the Azerite powers that affected your gameplay was so crap it was never used. My unpopular solution is to keep Shadowlands on maintenance mode and introduce a great reset post Shadowlands where all our characters die and are resurrected in a new world of Warcraft. New world, oh my god. Achievements and of feats of strength and leveling process becomes an actual journey and adventure. Pull the trigger. Everything you just said, I would love. I don't think it will ever happen though. So with that system, how to prevent the same rinse repeat every tier expect. Same issue with borrowed power. You're gonna feel less weak losing it unless you start baking the abilities in or making old X-Pack sets usable. I personally have argued, Ron, for a long time that gear should be upgradable by profession, people's professions. Tier sets is actually a good example of that done right, but I would like to see more of that. I would like the gearing process to be more involved, if you will. Have it to where trinkets gave no plus stats, but gave a unique mechanic difference that could work 3 expansions from now. You know, I would love that. In ESO, all set effects are usable by max level tunes, so sets that were there when the game launched are still useful, and every DLC X-Pack introduces new ones. Lots of theory crafting in that game. Run that sort of, that's the perfect system. That is, to my mind, the perfect way to do it. Blizzard's favorite word for a couple of expansions has been forced. Well, I'm just going to say what I said last night. I remember Blizzard vividly stating that this will be an expansion where they focus, and I want to say focus, with some emphasis on that, on player agency. I don't quite understand why certain things just go away at the end of an expansion. Like the dungeons, the raids. Why are they just declared null and void? I get that they're part of the story, but they're content. They are content that could exist at max level, and if you had all of that content, can you imagine? Can you imagine if every single dungeon that has ever existed in World of Warcraft was doable at max level on Mythic and Mythic Plus? Can you imagine the sheer amount of dungeons that would exist in the game now? Doesn't want the headache of rebalancing all the old content sets? Well, they give themselves the headaches anyway. With all of their systems that they keep designing, they make it barely impossible for anyone to balance that game. I don't know how Blizzard still believes that they can. When Ian said to preach, we just have to balance that. My first thoughts were, how? You've literally not been able to balance anything in the game for the last decade. How are you gonna fucking balance even more things on top of the 32 classes that you have to balance right now? I think it's more, it's 36 classes, sorry. 37, 36, something like that. It all boils down, yes I can, it's possible with a great reset. A time to reimagine our world and build back better. Pull the trigger. While I see what you're doing there with the great reset. Wait, what am I looking at, Andy? Oh, there we go. There we go. Tell me this isn't fucking true. Tell me this is not true. This has to speak to you on a fundamental level, this. Don't they already kind of have a similar headache set up with the weekly bonus thing they rotate around? Weekly bonus thing? What do you mean, Pumonkey? It would get people access to old content and make people want to do old stuff. Tatiana, I think there are some old dungeons that were really fucking cool. Like, for example, some of the Mist of Pandaria dungeons. If you could do those on Mythic Plus, how much fun would you have? Actually, some of the Warlords of Draenor dungeons. Imagine some of the fucking... imagine some of the Warlords of Draenor raids being available at max level. I'm not talking time walking bullshit. I'm talking actually available at max level. Andy, the problem with that, or the argument there is, it can be made to be scalable. But you have to have a mindset of long-term goals. You can't have a mindset of every expansion is just brand new game. Because that's currently what World of Warcraft is. Every expansion is a brand new game. Now, I hate to break this to people, but how long do you think it takes to make a very good game? On this scale and size of World of Warcraft. How long do you think some gaming companies take to make those games? That should have been done since introduction of Mythic Plus. Andy, time is not relevant here. Because one could make the same argument for the original Final Fantasy. They did not have time to fix the game. You know what they did? They made time. They made time. They said to players, look, we realize that you guys are unhappy with this game. We are also. It's going to take a couple of years, but we'll fix this. We'll fix this game. And they did. I'm not going to say, look, it's clear that there are more players that play World of Warcraft than there are people playing ESO Final Fantasy. That's almost guaranteed. World of Warcraft is the most played game by a mile. But I will say this. There are fewer people that play those other games that's unhappy with them than people that play Blizzard, that plays World of Warcraft that's unhappy with World of Warcraft. Gideon, I don't think they would even listen to that. From scratch? Natalie, what do you mean? Above the rate Blizzard ties to? They're so focused on competing with other games that they've stopped caring about taking the time to make their game. I don't even think they fucking compete at this point. Primarily play EVE Online and WoW when I want to take a break from EVE. I've never really liked EVE Online, but I know it's also a very loved game by a lot of people. You know, better than to interfere. That is your little bit for loyalists. Compete is a loose term. I know what you meant, Lucius Babby. You were asking how long we think it takes to make a game on WoW scale. From, well, to be fair, almost every single expansion is made from scratch. So I'm just talking about the expansions, the scale of the expansions. How long does it take a normal AAA company to make a game on the size and scale of World of Warcraft's expansions? Considering that every expansion is basically a brand new game. Because every expansion comes with crazy new systems, crazy new world, crazy new everything. The vast majority of AAA companies will take anywhere from 4 to 6 years. If they want to do it right, if they want to do it perfect. 4 to 6 years to actually get the game out there and get players to play it. There are games that take much longer than that because they have to do even more work on it. World of Warcraft pushes a brand new game every 2 years, and it's clear that while in the past they got working on new expansions quite a bit before. So they usually did it in about 3 years, I think, 2 to 3 years, because the new expansion would launch and then they would start working on the new expansion. It's clear that now they've started to run out of time. The new expansions require so many fixes that they cannot really start working on the new expansion prior, right? They start working on a new expansion as soon as the old expansion launched. WoW refugees? There's a lot of WoW refugees, I guess, in Final Fantasy. Tempest, the next expansion? I think Blizzard should go back to basics in the next expansion. They have to set up the next big Alliance Horde conflict. and by this I don't mean an expansion where we're instantly going Alliance v Horde, set up. So let's go back to WoW, or to Azeroth. We start working together. By the end of that expansion, we have a very real reason for the factions no longer to get along. We go there as my friends were there. Gimme Gamer, I'm not having the same kind of fun in Final Fantasy, but then again, I'm not level 50 or level 78. So there's still a lot that I have to get through before I get to what is apparently the fun stuff. Go back to N'Zoth, Azeroth, and incline a Void X-Pack. I would want that, but I think it's more important that Blizzard hits the reset button. And I'm not hoping for a full reset. I'm not hoping for a complete rework of the old world. I don't think that's ever going to happen. Not unless Blizzard is in serious trouble and World of Warcraft is losing a crazy amount of players. I do, however, think that there is an argument that can be made for a reset of the story, a reset of the bullshit, and just going back to the basics. Impossible timeline for themselves, and are trying to do more to keep the same time frames. I wish they would slow down. Like, I would be okay if Blizzard at the end of Shadowlands said, all right, listen here, guys. The next expansion isn't going to be ready for a year. We realize that that's a long time for you guys to wait, but that's as good as it gets. That's all we have. We have to fix the game, and we're going to need time to do it. So N'Zoth was only a raid tier, all that build up for that. I would say there might be more to that story. That might not be the only thing. There's a reason why the term Blizzard soon exists. Yeah, the soon TM. Galleon, that's the problem. I don't want them to cut their losses with Shadowlands. Because if Blizzard cuts their losses right now with Shadowlands, none of the lore makes sense. So, but it's like your wife. You come home from work and she moved all the furniture in the living room. You were happy where the couch was, but no, it needs to move. And Jockey, basically, use that more often and go back to quality. If they said we're gonna take longer this time to put out something that works, people would be fine with it. I would forgive them instantly. Give yourself enough time. Fuck. If Blizzard came at the end of Shadowlands and said, look, guys, it's gonna take us 2 years before the next expansion comes out. We do apologize, but this is the timeline. You can leave the game for now. Come back when the new expansion comes out. Sadly, this is what we need. I would be like, okay. Okay, that's fine. No need to rework the story. Keep it, make Azeroth wake up, and then we all get raptured into the new world where our ascension allows us to start over. Pull the trigger. The risk with something like WoW 2 is immense. And I don't think it's something that you need to think through all of it. Because there are tremendous risks to a WoW 2. You have the risk of splitting your player base, right? Between those who want to stay in the old world and those who want to go to the new world. So you're splitting your player base right there. Guilds will be destroyed because of it. Some players will quit because of it. It's very risky. I don't think Blizzard has the stomach for that. I genuinely don't think that Blizzard would do that. It is just a little bit too dangerous. Classic for the ones that want the old world. Pull the trigger. The problem with that is they're going to want the whole experience. So you're going to have to redo. You're going to have to keep the old game alive. You can't just end the old game and then this is the new game. Sorry, this game is done now. You're going to have to keep all the expansions as they are up until Shadowlands as a game that people can play with servers that people can play on. And then you'll have this. They're tasting the split with Classic and TBC. It's going to be a massive one, Pumanki. I think so. Player housing would be a good add to get casuals to enjoy the game. You know what I would be okay with? Void, thank you for the follow. Really fucking appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I would actually be okay with him saying, look, we're going to be 2 years before we release the new expansion. So what you need to know is every 3 months, there will be a new raid tier that we bring out in Shadowlands with 3 or 4 bosses. Nothing major, not crazy raids, just sort of fun raids that people can engage in and fight bosses and get some gear. PvP keeps continuing. There's new PvP seasons all the time. And just slowly but surely, they make the new expansion the perfect expansion, keeping people busy for about 3 months with new bosses and new raids, or maybe new dungeons, or something that's easy to develop and easy to design. If they do player housing similar to the way they do it in Final Fantasy, that would be amazing. There's another argument, there's another discussion that we have to have about tomorrow. We'll have this discussion because I have to get ready for the gym soon, but we'll have this discussion probably tomorrow. But a huge misunderstanding that a lot of people have about player housing is so many people look at garrisons and think this is why player housing in World of Warcraft will fail. Is there anyone in chat that believes that? That says, please God, no player housing, look at what garrisons did. I would be for a bigger cash up. Gimme what? Why? No cash up. Fuck the cash up. They don't want more cash up options. The thing is, it doesn't have to be cash up options. Garrisons were not, but the problem is so many people think it was. The reason garrisons failed is Blizzard's fault entirely. It's not because of a player housing system. Garrisons failed because of Blizzard. Because Blizzard, for some reason, decided that they're going to build a stupid system that makes no sense to anyone but them. Good evening, Brad. Hope you're well. Have a great gym session. The McAvoy, thank you very much. Did really appreciate that. Garrisons were many Facebook games smashed together. It was awful. Garrisons killed the game for me, though. I didn't mind Garrisons because I didn't mind WoD, because I was just doing dungeons and raids. So, it never happened. The problem with Garrisons was that Blizzard tried player housing tying into game mechanics and actual player power. This is not what player housing is about. Player housing is about convenience and cosmetics. It's giving players the ability to optimize something for themselves, to build something that is theirs, that they own, to customize their house and put up trophies. Maybe you're a raider and you've killed some cool bosses. Maybe you killed Arthas. Now you have a replica of Frostmourne hanging in your house as a trophy showing that you killed Arthas when it was current, right? When you get mounts, you can display those mounts in a stable on your property. That's what player housing is about. It's not about taking people out of the world. In fact, in most games that do player housing correctly, ESO and Final Fantasy would be examples of this, they force you into the world. Because if you want to collect things to put in your house, you actually have to play the fucking game. You can't just sit in your house. There's nothing that you gain from sitting in your house. Everything that you need to put in your house is in the world. So, oh my god, I want new doors. Let's go do some quests. Let's go kill some mobs that drop some architect blueprint that gives me new walls, right? Or new doors. If you want a mount that you want to display, you have to go out and find that mount. The housing system is literally a cosmetic tool that allows people to showcase their achievements, if you will. And then you have games like Final Fantasy, for example. I think ESO to some extent does this as well, where you can actually see other people's houses. Like if you go to the housing district in Final Fantasy, they did it actually perfectly well. In Final Fantasy, they have different shards of player housing. You choose the shard, and then you look for a shard that has open slots or open plots, and then you plop your house down there. It's in a housing district. You can visit other people's homes. This gives people a reason to build it even better, right? Crafting, Dilipus, 100%. Crafting is something that would go hand in hand with player housing, right? Your tailorer. Your tailorer can make curtains and carpets and things that make your house look good. If you found the recipes for it and you're not a tailorer, you would go to someone that has those recipes and that can actually make those things for you. Every player housing is the perfect way to build, to tie the entire game together. Echo Ethan Doyle here from YouTube. Great to catch the stream, man. Scrappy Gout, how you doing, bro? Happy to have you here. Tempest Titan, thank you so much for the 4-month sub, dude. Really appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Making professions do things like that would make the game more interesting. I think so. I genuinely believe so. Getting a house of Final Fantasy is kind of pulling teeth, but yeah, once you get one, it's pretty nice. At the end of the day, player housing, I think, Kimmy Jan, how you doing, bro? Player housing, I think, is a solution to a lot of the casual problems that World of Warcraft has. Because most of your raiders will probably not partake in player housing, just because there's nothing in there for them. There's no player power. It's just the cosmetic nice to have. So your hardcore raiders and your hardcore PvPers probably not going to give too much of a fuck. This is where you could build guild housing, right? This is where you could include guild housing. So suddenly your hardcore raiders actually have something that is available for them. But again, it's cosmetic. Whenever the guild kills a boss, that boss's head is on a spike in the guild for all time, so that this guild can see all the trophies that they've gathered. Maybe some armor stands with some of the coolest armors the people in the guild have had. You can build entire mini games, to be fair, around guild housing, right? You could do stuff like collection, right? So every week you get new weekly quests that send out the different guild, the raiders, to go collect things for the game. Maybe, you know, whatever you want to fucking call it, right? Ingredients for flasks, ingredients for all sorts of consumables. These are things that can be tied to the guild housing system that would give guilds something to do. But again, it's not a place that you spend your time in. There's nothing in there for you. It's just a place that ties things in the game together. That is what would fix it. Hey guys, I know we finished the previous raid here, but can we go back and spend 1 hour of our progression night to kill the pre-lost boss? I really need the door he drops. So first and foremost, yes, that would probably be one of the things, right? But that would probably inspire a whole new type of guild, right? You could even, Jimmy, just to sort of make that more fair, you could also have a system where a player can choose. If he gets, if the boss drops something for him, it's a choice between a piece of gear or a furniture piece of some kind, whatever it may be, right? Or you could go even further and say, well, those cosmetics for housing will not drop from raids, because it's not really for raiders, it's for casual players. So instead of making a drop in new raids, you take all of that shit and you put it on old raids that people can solo, thereby making old content popular again. Kyobi, how you doing, bro? Just back to previous expansion all the time to farm transmog, unless you want to spend your time there. Yeah, if you want to spend your time there, that's a whole different discussion, but you don't have to, and there's nothing to gain from doing it there. One time spent for hardcore raiders is gearing and min-maxing. Min-maxing has always been fun for me. As someone that used to raid at a, well, at first very hardcore and then sort of semi-hardcore, min-maxing has always been fun for me. But that's a mini game that raiders have. If you're not a hardcore raider, you won't get the satisfaction of a 1% DPS increase because you just fixed a couple of things on your gear. That's something that's literally just for raiders. Play through Valheim, by the way. I have not yet, Jimmy. I have not yet. Apparently, it's pretty good. The story is apparently very good. I owe Poomonkey and Macmillan some Valheim gameplay, but right now my plate is pretty full. Whenever I'm not streaming, I'm making videos or I'm playing fucking Final Fantasy for a first impressions video, which I loathe. But hey, Tempest, just on that, I love that idea. I love the idea of old gear remaining constant. Take a roll, have to go shop before raid. Wish my socials luck and progress and calls on that today. Good luck, Alex, and socials. I have to get ready for the gym, by the way. We're doing 1 rep maxes tonight. 1 rep max squat, 1 rep max deadlift, 1 rep max military press, and 1 rep max bench press. I like bench press. I sort of like squat. I love deadlift. And I'm a fan of military press. So this is going to be fun. Ascension, thank you for the Prime sub. Really fucking appreciate that. 3 months in a row. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Really appreciate that, bro. I still wish Blizzard would just make PvP and PvE abilities separate. It could make some really cool PvE shit then that wouldn't fly in PvP. I personally am a huge believer in PvP and PvE being 2 different games. Huge believer in that. It should not be, it should exist in the same game, but it should not be the same game. It should be played as if it's separate. I've been away anyways. Does look like there's been quite a few people doing a lot on there though. But Monkey, I will be playing it. Let me just finish this fucking first impressions Final Fantasy. Have fun at the gym. My fresh tattoo is now an excuse as it's raw as shit. So sweat would sting like a bitch on a butt cheek. I used to be a powerlifter though, through high school and college. The program, the gym program that we follow is for powerlifting. During the WoW content drought, I'm getting into ESO starting this weekend. DS, my next first impressions will be about ESO. Right now, I'm finishing the first impressions for Final Fantasy, which is going to take a little bit longer. But my next first impressions is on ESO. Most people think they're weaker than they are. Just work on your triceps and your bench press will increase. Elder Scrolls Online. Good luck in the gym. Thank you very much for the hoinkies. Really appreciate that. But all right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for me to go. Wish me luck. It's going to be a fun night in the gym. And then wish me even more fucking luck for the Final Fantasy playthrough that I have to do after this. I'm struggling. I'm fucking struggling. This is the perfect example of a game that I do not enjoy. So you know, it is what it is. Hey, what do you think about the hot tub streams? Scrappy Coco, we've discussed it a bit earlier. 240, thank you for the follow. Really appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We discussed it a little bit earlier. Sadly, I do have to go to the gym, but ask me tomorrow, and I'd gladly give you more of my opinions on that. My lips crusty, and I'm not talking the ones on my face. I'm new here, a very entertaining stream. Don't mind the first sentence. It is my go-to attention seek. Thank you. 240. If anything, this stream is absolutely filled by degenerates, so that's fine. No one here is going to judge you for making sexually suggestive comments. So it's all good. Thank you anyways for the follow. Thank you so much to all of you for all the support, the subs, hanging out. I really enjoyed it. As always, I will see you guys tomorrow for I don't know yet. I don't know what we're going to be discussing tomorrow. Might be a little bit Winter Queen Old God discussion. How do you guys feel about that? If you had to choose right now, Winter Queen, Old God, I want one word from all of you. This is going to determine what we talk about tomorrow. Either Winter Queen or Old God. All right, it seems like most of you want the Old God discussion, so that's what we'll start off with tomorrow, and then probably get into some more degenerate shit later down the road, because, you know, what are you going to do? Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, take care of yourselves, take care of your loved ones, be kind to each other, be good to each other. Most importantly, be good to yourself. As always, I love you, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.